Hello, everyone, and welcome to another installment of Ashes Wednesday. I'm super excited for a couple reasons. One, we're finally going to make it through. We've been doing a revisit of all the 1.0 Phoenixborn. You just open the pack, you play it, seeing a ton of cards that we never really saw as players kind of jumped out after the first wave of expansions. But then, because we're going to see the last couple of Phoenixborn we haven't opened and just played, we're going to actually get into some deck building, which I'm super pumped for.
It's been a long time.
It really has. And
on the stream, even. I mean, we haven't deck built except for Champions and Arkham. We've only done co-ops.
We're doing Flesh and Blood.
A little bit.
Well, the Blitz deck building.
Yeah, but it was it's not like here's the entire card pool and now let's create the best thing we can.
I think that's what's most interesting about it is last time I was deck building for Ashes, there were far fewer cards.
Mm-hmm.
And so now there's a big stack of cards. So literally, I'm going to pick a Phoenixborn and I'm just going to cruise through and find all the cards that might work with it. What conjurations do I like, etc. But we also have all of the Ashes Reborn updates coming through.
Yeah,
so we kind of have a new lens going on. One of the biggest things that happened today, Plaid Hat posted a new article. And I want to hit you with these because you haven't seen this.
I looked at the article, but I didn't look at the images closely enough.
Yeah, so the article kind of clarified a lot of the stuff from the AMA, the Reddit Ask Me Anything that Nick did that was great. So we'll breeze through those pretty quickly, but I didn't really realize that the power dice, we knew that the illusion power dice was changing. So previously, if you got the wolf on the illusion die, you can spend it to remove one of your opponent's dice, and that's super powerful because you can basically, it prevented a lot of things, right? One, it's just control. Anytime you do that, you can put your opponent in weird situations. But as an example, let's say I wanted to run 2 of these ceremonial dice to get their power. If I only have 2 of those, and you see that, right? It's like 2 wolves basically cancels out. It's just going to prevent me from playing certain pieces of the pie.
So your deck building just gets way more limited. Because there's some interesting things you can do if you have 1 or 2 of a dice type in your pool, and it's that's for this one card that I can bring in from this faction to make this deck build really sing. And if you're playing against illusions your entire deck is invalid. So.
And the combination of dice control, and then also because of that, obviously it limits decks, but also it made cards that get you dice back super powerful.
Yes,
in general, they're super powerful because
Recursion.
The whole game works on the concept that I have 10 dice, you have 10 dice. But then if I can get dice back, obviously decks that can string those together might have a 15, 20 dice turn. And some people really dig that, but I really like in the article, Nick basically just says, every player is going to have 10 dice a turn, period.
I love it. Yeah, there some wise sage type at some point, I can't remember who it was.
I'm about to do a spit take. I almost choked.
Said essentially, you wanna make your game have problems. Focus. It's just recursion of any kind. just put it in the game. Whether it's from your discard pile, whether it's your resources, it's your opponent's discard, whatever it is, just add recursion and watch what happens. All hell will break loose in terms of the balance of your game.
Yep. Well, there is some recursion still.
Do you remember what Lucas said? Lucas.
Yeah.
After going through Netrunner, realizing how bad that had gone, and then was we'll never do this in Destiny. Recursion is the worst thing.
And it's set 1.
Set 1.
Didn't even make it out of the gate.
Why do you guys do it?
I'm going to hit you with a few updates. Ceremonial magic used to be, you spend a goat, right, and a side action. You can search your discard pile for an ally, like a unit, and you can put it back in your hand, but you have to deal the damage that unit attacked for to yourself.
Right on.
So a 3 attack unit does 3 to bring it back to your hand.
Right on, yeah.
Obviously, this makes the 0 attack units very, very good to recur because you just get them back without really any penalty.
Yeah.
The new ceremonial magic.
Here we go. Bring it on.
Is search your discard pile for an ally and place it into your hand. Deal 1 damage to your Phoenixborn.
Oh, better.
So the 0s and 1s always are doing 1 to you, but the 3s and 4s now come back.
Better.
Without nearly as much penalty as they used to.
Boy, it sure seems like the game's going in a direction that I like.
Absolutely.
I might want to recur notable big creatures that can go then fight, rather than having to do this weird string together all this weird utility stuff.
I think what ceremonial magic would inherently lean to, I even did this because I used
living dolls and stuff.
I used to play 2 ceremonial with Maoni, and then it was basically what was the other thing? So then the stuff that can get your dice back for you in case they got removed, and then I would basically use these to just grab the big attack units. Because she runs the silver snakes, and I would basically want either a silver snake or a big attack unit out for my guilders to be able to block for and stuff. And if I can't get the snakes going, I can at least get a big unit going. Anyways, so that's the ceremonial, and that's probably that just it being 1 damage. That cleanliness is something I appreciate, but I don't think it's a huge change, right?
No, it's a good change.
But there are some huge. We already knew about the illusion dice. Sympathy magic.
Okay.
These are the teal, sea, horse, blue music.
Would you say that Sympathy is kind of the opposite of Ceremonial? I mean, one of them seems dark and scary, and one of them seems light and.
I feel like the opposite would be like nature. So like Ceremonial is like sacrificing the animals, whereas nature is like boosting and creating the animals. I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe. I don't know if there's opposites in that way.
They're definitely Charm and Divine seem opposite.
Yes.
Anyway, what's the ability? Sorry,
so the ability is, it used to be draw a card. I think it was that was the one I'm least familiar with. Put a card on the bottom of your deck.
That's right. I think it was
like filtering?
Yeah, you had to put one down there. Well, we have the card, don't we, somewhere?
Yeah, actually, it should be in this pile.
I'll fact check you while we go.
Live. What's it do?
Draw a card, place one from your hand on the top or bottom.
There it is. That was close. All right, so now it is side action, spend a horse. Draw a card. You can choose one card. You may choose a card from your hand and place it on the top or bottom of your deck.
Okay, so you can just get a free card.
Well, a card for a die, right? And
That's
again,
incredible.
Your dice are 10 resources. So you can trade a die for a unit out of your discard pile. You can trade a die for a card. And you can stack your deck later if you want. If you have a late game card, you put it on the bottom.
I love games when I can draw. When I can take an action or resource and draw.
That's why
Spoils did this.
This is literally your resource time.
Revolutionary.
Unquestionable.
100%. Let's go Sympathy. They got the water stuff too. They got the bards
they got the
and water
seahorses.
stuff. They got everything you need.
All right, then we get Charm Magic. So previously, Charm Magic was spend a snaky, charming a snake, that whole thing. Put this on one of your units. They get +1 attack, +1 life till the end of the round. And what you could do.
In retrospect, that makes no sense.
Well, you're encouraging your.
You can't charm something that already likes you. Can you?
I mean,
talk to my wife.
Hi, Shannon. Anyways, a couple things that you could do, right, is like end of round, and I saw this. I didn't really do it very well in our streams previously, but I would start seeing it where like you're kind of done over there and you're locked out, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, I'm going to spend 3 charm on something over 3 actions. Now it's +3. I'll swing for a big attack.
Okay, that seems
good. So 2 really important changes to the way this works. The first thing is that you put charm dice on your opponent's units.
Oh, I don't want to buff my opponent's units.
Place this die on a target unit an opponent controls without a charm die on it.
Oh, 1 per.
So 1 per.
Okay. We're getting nice and controlled. I love it.
Yes, we are. While this die is on that unit, its attack value is reduced by 1. Place the die in your exhausted pool at the end of the round. So you can charm your opponent's units. You can only do it 1 per. And
here's
then
what I'll say.
You get it back.
I think it makes a lot more sense to charm your opponent's units.
I agree.
Right? That's the
You're
whole
like
point of
dazing them,
charming.
confusing them.
Yeah, that's the whole, you know.
Or like, hey, don't attack me. You like me.
You think about a snake charmer. You're not charming the snake that wants to go attack your enemies. You're charming the snake that wants to attack you.
Wants to bite you. Yeah.
All
right. Then we get to my favorite. The flip here of charm, by the way, I really like. And then we get to my favorite, which is divine.
Divine.
So this is the angels and the lions, which I'm a fan of. Side action, spend a line.
I know what this is going to be.
And I can only kind of see the card, but I can read it enough to know. It says place the die, I can't tell, on a unit you control without one of these on it. So again, 1. And then they get +1 attack until the end of the round.
That makes so much sense. It's just the opposite. Divine, you're inspiring your own stuff, and charm, you're charming your opponent's
That's right.
stuff.
And I'm super excited about that because I love the look of these divine dice.
So you get to play divine.
So I get to play divine, right?
And you're going to play divine Mione.
That's right.
That's
Which
awesome,
makes sense because she seems divine, right?
She does seem kind of that Egyptian goddess kind of thing going on.
And that's exactly what it is. And then we have the illusion magic, which you've already seen. There are none of the other ones. So
Nature still do its thing?
Nature, as far as I can tell, is still doing its thing. But they haven't shown it, so who knows whether that's the case or not.
They haven't shown it. Oh my gosh, maybe that's the ace in the hole. So if we imagine, draw a card from the Sympathy. Okay.
Yep.
Change a die type. That's kind of the same, I would say.
Change 2 dice.
Change 2 dice. So this is controlling your opponent's options. This is giving you options. Okay?
And the thing about the illusion too is that like if your opponent needs those dice sides, they're going to have to spend a card for each of those dice to get them back, right?
Yeah, 100%.
With the meditate.
And also, if you're really good, like if you know that I have a reaction or something that's like, okay, if he has 2 snakes, he can do this snake reaction. So I can side action flip him down attack, which is really important. So it shuts off a lot of those defensive reactions that could happen, which is nice. So if we have these as the opposites, we have Divine and Charm as the opposites. That leaves us with 2 left, and that's Nature and Ceremonial, like you were saying. So if we know that Ceremonial is now bring something back, do 1, it would make sense that nature stays on doing 1, and that's it.
Yeah, because doing 1 could also remove a unit from the table, right?
That's
so
right.
instead of bringing it back, it's like taking it out.
That's right.
Which is interesting. Now, we also know that we don't know what the power is yet, or maybe we do, I just haven't seen it, but in the picture, and we've seen it on the Breaker Fate box too, you have in the middle the time dice, which is like a hourglass. Is that what that is? Yeah, that's what that is?
Yeah.
Hourglass is the right word. And a turtle, which I like the idea of, because when I think time magic...
Oh, we got to fly in here now. This is going to... Now, this whole stream is derailed.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing to be done here.
Just start it over.
Oh, look, it's
He
just
literally
landing
came
on
to your hand.
I got him.
Did you get him?
Yeah.
All right, magic. That was amazing. That was fantastic. That was probably cooler than the like smash. He just literally landed in your hand and then you got him. Oh my goodness. Speaking of time magic, so the thing I like about time magic that I wasn't in my head, time magic is like teleportation, forward, backward, prevent, rerolls, that kind of stuff. I don't know what the ability is, but like a turtle to me is representing time in like a very different way, which is that turtles can be like super old. And so like if it's messing with time in that version, that concept of it, I'm super interested, way more than like, I thought it would be like fast forward, rewind kind of stuff.
Ooh, gross.
Yeah.
Do we actually know what it does?
I don't know what it does.
What's the turtle? Didn't they show the card at some point?
I don't know.
They showed the time card at some point.
Did they show the time
They
card?
definitely showed the time. Did they not? Did they not? Everybody, I know. Yeah, I know. The fly was very distracting. We're gonna get back on track here. I'm pretty sure they showed it. I'm pretty certain. Hold on.
Thomas says turtles are also slow. Yes, it is.
I think I can find this. I'm not gonna mess with it. Let's leave it a mystery.
Do you feel like the decision on what icons to put on these dice, like how long those conversations took, do you think it was quick?
I don't think it was quick, no. I don't think you arrive at a horse for sympathy in any kind of quick way. I think that's like a 7-year process to finally be like, okay, it's the horse. You know what I mean?
It's the horse.
Because like if you said sympathy, would I think of a horse and a music note? There's no way. No, I wouldn't.
Side note, the time dice is not official yet, but everyone's saying that they've said that it's going to be add or remove a status token, which is super cool.
Oh my gosh, that's great.
Because all the stuff is
Miami.
like, also the tree thing you were doing, where it's like it needs 2 stat. You need time for it to grow or whatever, which is a really cool way to do that.
That is like going back and forward in time, but in a way that's not derivative.
Egregious and like awful.
Wow.
And that kind of a thing. Okay, cool. Well, that's really exciting. So the thing I was going to say about the icons, though, is I feel like when you know there's only going to be 7 dice in the game, and you know that there's only basically 14 icons you get to choose, I feel like the pressure to like, because like I look at these angels and lions, and it's like, I mean,
that's what I'm doing.
Like
that's what you said, right? That's it.
Yeah, that's it. But I don't know. I feel like I would be curious to hear the like kind of behind the scenes on how they arrived at those icon types.
I love the frogs and the leaves personally. And the wolves. I'm an illusion guy, really. I especially am an illusion guy if it's not like super annoying to play against. Because it used to be just like, it's not my playstyle. It's an interest, but it's not my playstyle. But now I think it's great. It's like a little bit of just like whoa.
Well, I feel
Spin
like
those dice down.
I feel like it's the kind of control you're okay with.
Yeah, it is. That's exactly. I think it's fair. It's fair control.
It's like
you don't say can't. You say annoying.
Yeah. It's like I'm going to slow you down. I'm not going to stop you.
Yeah. It's the difference between King Robert's Host and a choke deck in Thrones. One of them says you cannot do a power challenge. One of them says everybody gets less gold.
So you probably won't be able to do a power challenge at any point
totally
ever.
Fair.
Winter has arrived. All right. So quick thing real quick, too. We're going to be the kind of schedule for today's stream. We're going to be playing a game with the two remaining Phoenixborn that we basically have left. And if you're new, that's going to be a great way for you to kind of like pick up on what's going on. And then we're going to enter a deck building session, go through, now that we know the new die abilities, and we know kind of how the new things are working. Also on the article, things that we hit last week that I'll just kind of very quickly glance over. Blocking or guarding units have to counterattack.
That's right.
So if the way they described it was actually really smart.
It was smart. I read that too.
Which is like if you change the target of the attack with a blocker of some sort, then you have to exhaust to do that.
That's right. Anyone who changes the target has to. So the Phoenixborn has to exhaust if they become the new target. The unit has to exhaust to counterattack if they step in the way as well.
Yeah.
So good. So good, right?
Let me look. Units. This is actually a big update. Units can only ever be in one-on-one battles.
Yes.
So used to you could send like 3 units at one unit.
Yeah.
And then you'd have to be able to block all 3 attacks to prevent the unit from getting attacked, and that's no more, right? You can send 1 unit at 1 unit, and that's about it. That's how that works.
Do you know you can still attack as a group at the Phoenixborn?
Yes.
Yeah.
But you can't attack as a group at a unit.
Okay. Good.
Phoenixborn can only guard once per round. We already hit that. Dice economy, which is everyone gets 10 dice to play with, period. Illusion, and that's pretty much
I'm so in, man. It's just putting it in a nice, logical box, and it's great. It's like you really start to understand the engine. It's the difference between something, you've seen this a million times, just in our line of work, difference between something that is clearly like thought of as a whole thing that is functioning versus something that is thought of as parts that are functioning and then added to other parts that were previously functioning.
Yeah.
So it's like this whole, like, kind of, that's the whole idea of logic, right? It's like this entire thing is perfectly consistent throughout itself.
What's
and
logic?
So, yeah, what's that? So that means that a lot of the rules become more intuitive because you start to really understand the way that things flow in just kind of an intuitive way at that point.
It's
really
because
nice.
there's a system-wide understanding.
That's right.
Instead of a bunch of little systems in concert, you have one streamlined system working on itself. I'd like to know in chat, for everyone watching, I assume if you're here, you're probably interested in the game. What do you think about the changes? I would really like to know the general reaction. I'm a huge fan, as Steven was saying.
I'm a huge fan too. Anesthesia Cat has a great comment saying, "Hello skeletons," which is such an inside joke of an inside joke. It's hilarious because Skeleton Crew, whole thing.
Yeah.
It's just great.
We are the skeletons.
You're really showing that you've been here for a long time.
Yeah,
here.
there'll be a handful of people that get that joke forever, and it'll be funny to you.
That's right.
It's funny to me. Zeal asking about the sub. So if you're unfamiliar how this works, we announced it several weeks back. We're partnering with Plaid Hat for Ashes Reborn, PvP model. It's this whole new thing. As long as there's enough people signed up, the game's going to keep getting made and served through our subscription service. You can check that out on the website. And the minimum was 1,000. We're well past that now, which is
way
exciting.
Past 1,500 too. It was like 16, 1,700.
Because that means that this game, unless something goes catastrophic, is going to be around for a long time.
That's right.
And in active production, which is so cool.
As long as this many people that are, if you're a subscriber right now, I'm talking all 1,600, somewhat 1,700 of you. If you stay subscribed, the game will go on. That's that simple. Isn't that cool? I think that's really liberating.
Like the number of games I've been a part of that went away that I think could have achieved this is so high.
Yeah.
And there'd be so many more happy and healthy communities out there right now if this were the case. I'm super excited.
Here's the question though. This is a question that is not worth having a conversation about right now, but I do wonder, is there a critical mass of diminishing returns per number of games available, even whether it's through PDP, standard distribution, or whatever? Is there a natural, like, once we have like 50 active community games going, that's great. Once we get to 6,000, it's actually just everybody's kind of split. Because we've seen this in our own store, right? Where it's like you have one game gets established, you introduce a second game. It kind of splits the group a little bit, but it's kind of nice because they can swap and share. By the time you get your 5th, 6th, 7th community trying to go, unless you're bringing in a ton of totally new people, all those communities kind of just get weaker because none of them are strong enough to handle the week wherever 6 people don't show up or whatnot. So
yeah, I definitely think there's an upper limit on like what's possible, and that's going to be capped on the overall size of the community in general. But all that said, like I tend to run into people who get really into a game and like there's a large percentage of people that just go away.
Yeah, they just stop playing
altogether.
altogether.
It's not like they, and it
that's actually true.
There's a ton of people I know that like still play Star Wars CCG, and that's what they play.
Yeah, and that's it.
And they just play it online.
That's cool.
And like that's just what they do. So, I'm curious to see how it all plays out. We're at the front of something here.
Yeah, you and me both, man.
It'll be exciting to see. But what I do know is that right now, Ashes has more than enough people interested and willing to buy it to carry on, and I'm super excited as the Ashes Reborn's updates kind of roll in. It's getting more real. And like what I'm really excited about now is to start seeing all the updates on the cards.
Yeah.
Because I want to see, like, even as an example, the Charm and Divine switching, and like I want to know where Maoni lands because she's got the Silver Snakes. I feel like it's got to be Charm, but that works different now.
I've heard she's going to a 1 battlefield personally.
She gets one. Better be a real good snake.
All right, I'm going to play Fiona Mercywind here, Phoenixborn of Bird's Nest. There is a lot of bird activity in this game. You guys ever think about that? This was Wingspan before it was cool.
That's what I started. When I opened these, I was like, man, the birds, even me, so I'm playing Herald Westraven. Do you have the top down so we can see the cards?
Why is everything so birdy? Is there a reason? Do you guys know? Is there Ashes lore reason for like, did the birds have an impact early on?
So Herald Westraven, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But he's a vampire, so we at least get some vampires. But here's the thing. Here's the thing, right? Look at this Master Vampire.
What's up, Tim?
The Master Vampire is bird-like because it's a bat-like, but the main conjuration here, you ready for this?
Yeah.
It's a swarm of bats.
Ah.
It's basically a bird's cousin.
It's bird. Nothing says bird on bird combat like Ashes Rise to Phoenixborn. I mean, it's true, Kai. Phoenix is a bird. Phoenixborn. But that's a little on the nose, isn't it? I mean, they're not. Are they literally born of phoenixes? Like, is it all just a bird? Is it a bird world?
We're just living in it.
We're just.
I mean, I kind of get it.
It's a bird world, and
I'm hoping we get a lot
girl.
of not birds. Like, my favorite creatures in the game were mice and snakes, so see where I land.
Yeah, right. You're an anti-bird, it seems like. Fiona Mercy Wind, Phoenixborn, and Bird's Nest. Let's take a look at what this actually does. So this is a 15 health, very low health, 6 battlefield, 5 spell board. Ingenuity, side action, exhaust, and the discardy symbol, that's discard from hand, is that right? Little discardy, do you remember that one?
That is.
That's devastatingly bad. Oh, draw a card or remove an exhaustion token from a ready spell you control. Oh, that's fascinating.
Spelling around here.
So you can discard a card and then summon something again, you know, that you've already summoned that turn. That's nice. So she should be able to rush out to the board here pretty quick. Hope that's true. Oh, I can't wait to deck build. You know the thing about it?
We're about to be there.
Mike Cassis says it all takes place in Arizona. Why is that
really
so
funny?
Man,
So
everybody out there is really good for a laugh.
I'm playing old Herald Westraven here. He's got a battlefield of 5, a spellboard of 2. He's not very spelly.
Spellboard of 2? That's actually handy.
He also has a side action Mark Prey, Exhaust, been a basic. Attach a Hunter's Mark, Conjured Alteration spell to a target unit. Just so we're aware, here's the Hunter's Mark. Great art.
Oof.
When this unit receives damage, turn the card so you can't read it. Place twice the number of wound tokens on it. While this unit is the target of an attack, no guard may be declared.
Wow.
So basically, he can side action to attach this to one of your units, and it doubles any damage they would take.
That's
and
amazing.
They can't be blocked.
You know what I love, too, is that's the only signature card, right? So, like, what could a Herald deck be? Anything.
That's not the only signature card, actually.
He has others?
Yeah.
Usually there's only one.
He's got this Dark Transformation.
Right, because it's a conjuration, yeah.
After attaching the spell, you may select 1 die in your exhausted pool, re-roll it, and place it into your active pool.
Okay, spell you may select 1 die. Oh, that's going away.
It is going away.
Yeah. So we'll get to play with a busted version of Herald.
And then we'll get out of here.
Yeah. Why is this so good? Ah, it's changing.
Oh, I see.
Confusion Spores. Man, this looks amazing. You see this? Hold on, I'll save it until I'm wrecking you with it.
What up, you psychology says, hey, just got here. What's this game about?
Birds, apparently.
It's about birds, apparently. It's a game where you're each these like magical entities called Phoenixborn, trying to fight for supremacy in this universe. It's a beautiful game, incredible art. Like, we'll pull up Hunter's Mark is just a new card I just saw that I love. You can see the template in the art is fantastic. It probably makes sense for you to go back like 3 to 4 weeks on our streams to really learn what this game is and how to play. There's also a Watch It, Play It from Rodney. That's pretty. It's like 20 minutes, and it's really easy to learn how to play the game from that. Or you can absorb it through osmosis here. Corbin says Ashes, Rise of the Birds, or whatever.
Or whatever. That's right.
All right. I'm Harold. What's up?
I just know I'm a little shiny today, you know? I refuse to wear makeup, okay?
That's what John keeps saying. It's like, no, we're not doing it.
I'm not powdering my face for this. I didn't come this far. I didn't work 13 years to get to the makeup phase, okay?
This is our first player token,
okay.
And it's going to point at the first player. Just be aware.
It's pointing at the audience right now.
They're the first player at the moment. Got him.
All right. Here we go. First 5. So this is the cool thing. You start out with any 5 cards that you want, 1 copy of each. You don't have to draw randomly, mulligan, any of that stuff.
which
all happening.
obviously totally changes the deck building.
Totally changes it.
It's kind of a passive aggressive comment towards you, Steven, I think. Not really. It depends on how you read it. Alan Jones says, Zach, as a competitive player, unlike Steven, what are your thoughts on this game needing the best 2 out of 3 or one-on-one matches for organized play?
You're not wrong.
I mean, I think best 2 out of 3, especially with a small deck and especially with the changes they're making, once you make it to a cut, makes a lot of sense for like tournaments. I don't think you need it in Swiss. To me, Swiss is all about meeting a ton of people, and like it's all the people you're going to talk to inevitably after you get knocked out at the bar. Like that, you play in the tournament, you go to the pub.
I've only been knocked out at the bar a few times in my life.
That's right. That's why I'm missing a tooth. I'm just kidding. So we roll all 10 dice. Whoever gets more basic symbols,
Hey,
which is this
do you have more
triangle.
than 0?
I do.
Because I just Bugatti'd that roll. Actually, I have 1.
You didn't Bugatti the site check.
Yeah, right.
I have 2. So I'll go first because I have 2 basic symbols compared to Steven's 1.
And we're playing with the new dice? New dice magic?
Yep, we sure are.
All right.
No
Boom.
time like the present.
That's right.
All right,
Literally.
now let me read my cards.
We're not good at this game yet, so
Yeah,
everybody watching, don't
judge
think
us.
that this is the pinnacle or anything. We're just getting through it right now.
The
It takes a long time.
well-
Get good at things.
So the thing about Ashes, right, one of the things that makes it great is the first 5 rule, where you get to pick your opening hand. But inherently, that also means that it's assuming you know what you're trying to do with those 5.
That's right. I'm just going to play 'em.
That's not how I'm playing. So let's play a summoned vampire bat swarm. You'll see the action symbol on the top right. That's the cost over there. It costs an action, nothing else currently, and that's my main action. Let's see if I want a side action.
Can we start you over here
Yep.
for the folks? Yeah, much better. You don't have to worry about our faces being in the way.
Let's do this.
Our stupid faces.
And then that's me. Your turn.
I wish.
You know what? No.
I wish I'd
No.
hit a horse
Let's
because
do
drawing
this.
a card seems really good.
That seems fine. Ooh. I'm gonna. No, I'll wait. Go ahead. Yeah.
All right.
Well,
I'm
you
gonna
could
look at my
meditate
signature spell here.
up to horses and then draw a card.
Well, later.
Yeah.
I want to do it all at once.
Philip says, you guys rock. Happy to see more of this game. Well, hey, you rock too. Thanks for being here.
Oh my gosh. Her, dude. Her. Oh my gosh. I love her.
Fiona?
Yeah.
I felt like you'd like her. She's kind of like a weird nature magic.
If you did not meditate this turn, after this card is discarded unplayed from your hand, you may draw 1 card. Okay, so after this card is discarded unplayed, I wonder if one of my conjurations will do that.
Dude, chat is on fire today. You ready for this? John says, this is a great comment. First 5, small deck, meditation rule, it all plays into making the game low variance, which is a big attraction for a lot of us. Totally true. But then, Metroplex says, hey, where's the fast forward button to the deck building section?
We're still working on those time dice.
The fast forward button is go to the fridge, grab a beer, and relax.
Discard this and get knocked out at the bar.
That's going to be I feel like if someone out there would just put what we're saying on shirts, they would sell at least 10 of them.
At least 10, maybe even
10s
12.
of them. Tens and tens of them all around the world.
So, okay, so you gave me this just bazonkers.
I did
Phoenixborn.
nothing. That was what was on the list.
The idea is that you're not supposed to meditate at all. You're not supposed to meditate, but you're supposed to make sure your cards are discarded, basically. So how do I discard my cards? Oh, her ability.
What's
It's
she
right
do?
there on the table.
Right there in the lobby? Lobby bar. I just thought she was a raging alcoholic.
This unit can endless hall attacking without the unit having blocked. Oh my gosh.
This is true. Kaya says, well, with that logic, you could make shirts with a PDP model.
That's, you're not wrong at all.
Sign up 1 shirt a month with a quote from our streams on it.
If you did not meditate, after this card, you may spin 1 to place
Robin, there's literally dozens of us. Chat.
All right, have at thee. I'm going to play New Ideas as an action spell.
That's dangerous.
I can either make it a main action or a side action. It's going to be a side action. I'm going to spend a...
You're going to play me a tune.
I'm going to spend a music note. It says, draw 2 cards. If you did not meditate this turn, after this card is discarded unplayed from your hand, you may draw 1 card. So if I discard it, I can draw 1 without paying for it, or if I pay for it, I can draw 2, which is nice. But you can't meditate, so don't go meditating. Now I have a response. I imagine Nick's going to take a...
So anytime this card gets discarded from your hand, you get to draw a card.
That's right.
Even
as
when
long as I
did it.
haven't meditated.
What if I did it?
Yeah, I think so. No matter how it happens, as long as it's unplayed, I get
That's
to
a
draw
great
it when
card.
it hits
It's not
the
even.
discard
It's
pile.
got her on it, but it's not attached to her.
No, it's not a hash.
I'm so ready for deck building.
It's just a new idea.
Can we fast forward to the deck building?
All right, check this out. I have another special ability here. During a player's turn, when you would draw one or more cards, you may draw one fewer card. If you do, place this card onto your spell board. So, this says draw 2 cards. Instead, I'm going to draw one fewer card.
Wait, why is this in play?
I just read it. Look at it. It's incredibly interesting. I don't know if Nick's going to keep this in the game or not.
Okay. So during any player's turn, when you would draw one or more cards, which you're doing, you can draw one fewer.
I did that.
And if you do, you can place this on your spell board. So that doesn't even cost you an action.
Nothing. Done.
What?
So that was my side action.
She crazy, dude.
That was my side action. Okay.
Corbin says, how do I discard my cards? Oh, my ability.
Interesting. Okay, and then we can do this. Then we're going to use the main action.
Okay, so if you look at this, for anyone who needs
Summon Mind Fog Owl.
It's got that like action symbol on the top right, which would be the cost to play it, but Steven cheated. And then down below, you can see abilities that have that same action cost. So he's actually spending his once a turn action on this, whatever this is.
Main action, exhaust.
Which is the blue token.
1 heart and 1 basic. So heart
So some basic love.
and basic. Place a Mind Fog Owl.
Cacao.
Larry King, he looks like an owl. Onto the battlefield. Look at that owl. Now this is an owl I can get behind. It's not one of those stupid discard owls. This is an owl that attacks. It's a 2/2 and it can't be blocked unless all attacking units without Unseen have been blocked. So it has this ability called Unseen. It's kind of like a stealth mechanic, it seems like.
So this is can't be blocked unless all attacking units without it have been blocked. So I can't. Right. I have to block this last.
Yes, but currently you can do that. You can block it because there's no other Unseen.
That's also
units.
some really cool art.
It's so good.
What I've been saying about birds, I take it all back.
Birds.
Birds are cool.
But still, a lot of birds. I mean,
I would be cool to get a lot of not birds.
There's a lot of birds.
If you're out there, Nick.
A lot of birds here.
Less birds, more fun.
Less birds, more fun.
Put it on a shirt.
That's an 8 to 9 unit shirt.
Yeah, that's at least 8 shirts. I'll play that bet on 8 shirts.
All right, go ahead.
Coffee mugs too. Okay, well, I don't know what I'm doing yet, but we're gonna do it. You will get me to discard some of your cards for you.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
You'll discard my cards? That's good news. Yeah, Tristan, nice. Got somehow has a no bird emoji on Twitch.
Wow.
Yeah, built for streaming. The platform built for streaming, which means we're gonna need a no bird emoji. Who do you think was the designer that was like the graphic designer? It's like, we need an icon for no birds. It's like, what? Why?
Who done that?
Is this really a common enough interaction?
What?
Alex Kaiser's right on here. The artwork is so amazing in this game. Why are other companies not trying to get a hold of the artists and incorporate that style into their own games? Well, they maybe were. But Fernando Suarez is the artist that led the art direction for the majority of the game until about the last few expansions. And she moved on to non-game art. You can check her out on like DeviantArt and those kinds of places. It's all very good. It's all really good.
Yeah, she's awesome. She is awesome. All right, let's just do this. Keep it simple. Keep it in the family. Let's go summon Vampire Bat Swarm, an action, an exhaustion, a knife, sorry for your feelings, and a music note. Place a Vampire Bat Swarm Conjuration onto my battlefield. Vampire Bat Swarm has 2 attack and 3 life, no recovery. It says Swarm 2, when this unit would deal damage to a Phoenixborn by attacking, I can instead deal 1 damage to up to 2 target units. So it looks like I'm going here, but I can put 2 over on your unit so that you don't want
1 damage each?
Yep. And then as a side action, I'll pass. No side action. Look at this creepy vampire bats.
Don't forget all the text that matters.
Oh, yeah.
So when it would receive damage, it's -1?
Reduce that damage to 1.
Oh, no matter what.
Fleeting, discard this card at the end of the round.
Okay, so I just got to deal with it for a little while.
Yep. Unless I remove that text.
You know what? I'm going to do it because I think it's interesting to see, not because it's particularly correct.
Okay.
Okay? Side action. You're charmed. -1 attack.
You can't charm a vampire bat.
Main action. Attack your Phoenixborn.
Okay, I'm going to take it.
All right,
We're
take 2.
not gonna take it.
Consider yourself charmed, buddy.
I got charmed. I just got charmed on. One of my cards has an ability called Lobotomize 1.
Ooh. They got into some real, like, experimental jazz at the end of this one.
Sure enough.
They were little Miles Davis Ashes brew, if you will.
All right, let's go. Yeah, right. Let's meditate for. I have a music note and a knife. I need anything else.
Destroy target bird. Effect. Remove it from the game. Create 1 fun token.
Let's meditate 1, and we'll turn this into a goat. Then I'll play a master vampire.
Man, you got
Action,
all the goods here.
Goat. Oh wait, yeah, goat, knife, music note.
Oh, it's an or statement, isn't it? Okay.
Yeah. 3 attack, 4 life, 1 recovery, blood drain. When a unit is destroyed as a result of this unit's attack, place a status token on it.
Okay.
Mesmerize. When this unit becomes blocked or guarded against by a unit, I can remove a status token from it. If I do, the unit cannot counter for the remainder of the turn.
Okay. Very cool. That's actually a cool ability. I love it. Mm-hmm. Oh my. Check this out. Get dead.
I'm in it, John. Get your travel plans ready. It's going to be a party.
Okay. We're going to use Fiona Mercywind's ability.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to side action, discard a card, exhaust, draw a card or remove 1 exhaustion token from a ready spell I control.
Oh no. You're going to fog up the board with these owls.
I'm going to discard this. It says, after this card is discarded from your hand, you may spend 1 to place it on your spell board. And then I'm going to get this off of my Mind Fog Owl. Larry King. That is burned into my head. You couldn't tell, could you?
No.
Let's see what these Night Song crickets do before we get there. Huh. Well, isn't that something? This is kind of a discard thing going on here. And then, how about some of this? Main action. Let's go ahead and do that. Gonna play Mind Maze, my signature ability on you. You can't attack, block, guard, etc. Can't do anything worth doing with your Master Vampire. And then whenever this goes away at the end of the turn, because of fleeting, you pay a basic or you lose the vampire.
You are playing the annoying control.
I am.
All right, let's do this. I'm going to play a Beast Mage. He cost me 2 music notes and a basic. Check out this guy.
Oh, the spell, not character, right? That may be true. When this spell you play, discard this unit unless its controlling player spends 1. No, it discards the vampire.
Yeah, and the fleeting goes away either way, or the spell because
Yeah.
it's fleeting. I played a Beast Mage. He has Terrifying 1, can't be blocked or guarded against by units with an attack value of 1 or less. And then he also has Transform 2. While I don't have the first player token, or when I don't have it, he gets +2 attack and +2 recovery.
So that's going to be good next turn.
Yep.
I'll have hopefully another Mind Maze for you. Character ability, her ability. Isn't it the spell? Oh, it's the spell. That's right. So I'm going to do this instead. Yeah. Got to read the cards, I guess. So we could have more owls.
Yep.
Well, good for us. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4 more dice. I've got 4 exactly if I don't play anything out of my hand. Okay. I notice you keep playing stuff and not actually attacking me.
I'm not ready yet.
Why is that?
Why is James crying?
Let's summon a cricket, not really knowing what it does.
I love that.
Mm-hmm. We'll go through this together. Boom. Summon Night Song Cricket. Place it on the battlefield.
Mutton Chop says, at least Steven's not singing the same song over and over and over.
You talking about the Why is James Crying song?
Yeah.
I was doing it right before the
Ooh,
stream
what's this
started.
wise cricket do?
Night Song Cricket's got a staff, harp, polearm kind of thing, which is quite cool. Oh, I guess it's because it's a cricket. You know, they make the sound by essentially violining their legs together.
Really?
So they kind of play it like a violin. I mean, it's not exactly a one-for-one, but I'm going to guess that's kind of the idea is maybe he plays the cricket song. Polyphony or polyphony. When this unit is destroyed, change the die in a player's active pool to a side of your choice. So I can either mess with your dice or mess with mine.
Oh, okay.
And then Renewed Harmony. If it's destroyed, we each choose a card in the other player's discard pile and place them into their owner's hands. So you give me one, I give you one.
Nice, nice.
2-1.
Cool.
What are these little numbers? This is a new mechanic.
That's how many of that conjuration you have?
Is that the max that you can have in play, probably?
Yeah.
Or in your
I think it's
conjuration
in
pile?
your, yeah.
Good for them. I'm not going to do any side actions.
Okay. All right, well, let's take a side action. It's exhaust.
You have 2 dice left?
Yep. Spend a basic. And I'm going to put a Hunter's Mark on your owl. And it says when this unit receives damage, place twice the normal number of wound tokens on it. While this unit is the target of an attack, no guard may be declared.
So you're going to kill the owl?
No. My Vampire Bat Swarm is going to attack your Phoenixborn.
And if it does 1 to the owl, basically.
It could do 1 to each of them, and it would do 2 to that because of the Hunter's Mark.
Well, I've got to block it then.
You do have to block it. Yeah, that's how that goes. I've got to block it.
But I only have 1 life.
Yep. That is exactly the idea. You have now figured out my plan.
Are you thinking again? Okay, so I can't block with an exhausted unit.
Correct.
Phoenixborn is the target.
Yeah, can't really block.
So I can either block with a cricket
or lose both your units.
and do 2, or I can lose both of my units. I guess I'll just lose the 1.
Yeah.
So now because I'm blocking, I have to naturally counter, and you swing.
I only hit for 1.
So you do 1 because you're charmed. I do 2 back to you because I'm a cricket. And then your relentless triggers, and you only take 1 damage.
You got it. But then cricket's gone. Cricket.
Cricket did its job. Okay. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. And you got this stupid beast mage.
He's only a 2.
He's a 2/2.
He's going to be a 4/2 with 2 recovery, though.
Can it be blocked or guarded?
Oh, he's a 4/4/2 actually. Once it's your turn.
4 for 2.
I love the idea of units that are only better when it's your opponent's the first player. That's really cool.
That is nice. That is nice. I could summon another owl.
Does your cricket have some kind of ability?
Yeah. When it goes away, you give me this card, and I give you a discarded card, which is what?
This.
What is that?
Drain Vitality.
Oh, that's okay. Wait, can you use that now?
Side action basic, yeah.
Oh my gosh, that means I get to play new ideas again.
Yeah.
And draw more cards.
You have a whole bunch of ideas here.
But I only have so many guys.
Yeah, so you might not want to use it yet.
It's like the game is
afoot.
really tough.
We're not gonna take it.
Main action to play a summon Majestic Titan ready spell onto my spell board.
How do you have so many spells?
Well, more than 2, you mean, from your spell board there?
Mine?
Yep.
Swing for 5 on your Phoenixborn.
You can't. She can't attack.
Swing for 2.
Take 2.
I can do that.
You can do that, yeah. Okay. Down to 13 health.
And then side action. We'll spend a side action and a basic to play Drain Vitality.
Why do you do that? What does it do?
It doesn't do anything
a
yet.
basic? What do you mean a basic?
Basic.
Oh, you just got to put it into play. Okay.
I can either spend an action and exhaust it and a ceremonial knife to deal damage to a target unit. If I do, remove a wound from a target unit. Or I can side action exhaust it, play a music note, remove a status token from this target unit. If I do, place a status token on a target unit.
I love that card.
Yeah.
That's a great card. Good design there.
I'll be revisiting that in our deck building session. Although it specifically needs to have these 2 dice.
Yeah, boom. Done. Sympathy and Ceremonial. You're like a weird death bard.
Vampire.
Which actually is something I would love to play.
Weird death bard?
Yeah, like a death bard. Has anybody thought of that before?
Surely.
Like a bard that only sings dirges? That's actually going to be the next character I play in any kind of a role-playing game.
A death bard?
A death bard. All you do is sing dirges, and it's really creepy and awkward. And nobody wants to it's like, who is this weirdo? Just singing about death all the time. All right, 2 dice. Summon in the Mind Owl.
Caca.
Numero dos. And then no side action for me. Back to you.
Pass.
Owl for 2. Where do we put it, though? I think it's going on the mage. Now, I think you're going to block it no matter what I do. Yep.
Here.
Yep.
If you go anywhere else, I'll just block.
That unseen
Technically, you can attack here, and I wouldn't do it.
Cannot be locked unless all attacking units without... Oh, you got to block. You got to attack at the same time.
Yeah.
Okay, I see.
They're like hiding in the smoke of their friends.
As it says, unnoticeable right up to the moment it kills you. You know, I'm amazed at Arkham. You really sink into the flavor text in a way that I just completely blow through. But then in any other game, we generally don't care about the flavor text.
Well, it's a co-op story.
Yeah.
I also made a concentrated effort to do that. That was not
That's true.
habit. These are habits we built for 30 years, which is like, that little text down there, don't matter, let's go.
Yeah, it's true.
I'll pass.
I mean, you don't have a basic symbol. Your vampire's out of here.
Done. Yep.
Woo! Talk about an exchange. 1 card for 4 dice. 3.
She coming back.
I will pass everything unless you have anything to do.
Nope.
All right, pass on.
That's for you.
This is for you.
That's for you too.
Oop, discarded.
Remove our exhaustion. My beast mage is on fire.
Yeah, Beast Mage is hot now.
Roll your dice. Give me.
Is there a we can discard before we draw it?
You roll first,
Oh, nice.
so you actually know what your die sides are prior to committing.
What's up,
to
GM
which cards
Scott?
to keep.
I have. Oh wait, it doesn't matter, except just for like pride. 4 basics. 3 hearts and a snake, and 2 music notes. Haven't seen a horse one.
No horsies.
I still. It's going to be a lifelong pursuit figuring out how to do my dice the right way. Sometimes you just start spending and hope that it works out, right? Do you do that, or is that just me?
All my life. Yes, that's literally how I roll. Get it?
Is that you control? Oh, I can get double crickets, dog. This lasts forever. Yes. Is the target of an attack no guard may be declared? Uh-oh, that owl is doomed.
He gone.
That owl is doomed. And now I'm the first player. So I get the first crack here. Okay.
Oh wait, the bat goes away. Because they go away during the day. They come back at night.
Oh, great. Much better board from you. Okay. So really, okay. I'm into it. All right. Let me look at these cards real quick. Oh man. What do you got here? Do I have an out? I just love the idea of killing that beast mage.
Zeal Jeremy in quote says, "New shirt. I can get double crickets, dog." Kaya says, +1 subscriber.
I need a ready spell.
You have 3 of them.
Well, I need them in my discard pile for reasons unknown to you.
Uh-huh.
I can only have 2 owls anyway. So I'm owled to the bone here.
Owled out? Owled out.
Am I overly obsessed with this Beast Mage? I am. I know that I am. I know that I am, and I get that way. Cannot be blocked or guarded against by using an attack value of 1 or less. That's not me.
Nope.
Mind Fog can still hit you. So, hey, how about we do this? You like this Majestic Titan? Let's summon him.
See what we get.
See what we get. We have Exhaust, Snake, and Heart. And then that's going to bring the one and only, look at this thing, Majestic Titan. You can only have 1 in play.
What's this thing do?
I don't know. Gigantic 2, it cannot be blocked or guarded against by units with a life of 2 or less. And Befuddling Blow, when it deals damage to a unit, you may force that unit to deal damage equal to its attack value to a target unit of your choice other than itself. So if I deal damage to you, I can make whatever I deal damage to hit something else that isn't itself. Like your Beast Mage could have to wreck something.
Oh, unfortunate. All right, mine. Let's exhaust here and spend a knife
Oh, dang it.
to do a damage here.
Oh my gosh.
So then it'll do 2 damage because of the
Fell
hunter's
right
mark.
into it, yeah.
And then I will side action exhaust here, spend a basic, and we'll put this there.
Oh, I think I read this Summon Majestic Titan spell wrong. So the diamonds, I think, separate. Is that right? How you would read that? The diamonds separate the costs. So the or isn't between the 2 things. It's heart or...
I think it's snake and a heart or music and 2 basics.
That's how you would think, but I think it's snake, heart, or music, 2 basics. Because you see the diamonds?
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what chat was saying, yeah. Philip saying kind
So
of confusing.
snake, heart.
So basically I can do the mid-level charm or sympathy.
Mm.
So let me look at my hand real quick.
And 2 basics.
Yeah.
Ooh, he's a pricey boy.
Yeah. Pricey boy indeed. I'll leave it there and then spin these 2 basics. Okay. We're clean. And you put this stupid... That's not good. That means you can kill my thing if it blocks that Beast Mage.
You got it. We got game.
All my life.
All my life.
Oh wait, this is... Okay. Well, what if I made it possible to summon another? Side action. Exhaust. Discard a card. It's Summon Night Song Cricket. After this card is discarded, you may spend 1 to put it onto your spell board. I'm going to use this one. And then I can draw a card or remove an exhaustion. I'm going to remove from the Majestic Titan, in case you want to take it off the board. And then main action.
I do want.
This is a wild deck. Main action, let's go this guy and music note and a basic. I might actually need these. Hold on.
What am I doing?
I know. And a basic, yeah, that's fine. Do my symbols match up? And it says focus 1 is additional cost. Discard a card from a hand to place an exhaustion token on an unexhausted copy of this spell. Do that by discarding a card. It's going to be the Essence Druid, sadly, because I don't have any ready spells to get. If I do, place an additional Night Song on the battlefield. So get ready for double crickets, bro.
Lay back.
And they're better than ever.
You know what Vampire Bat's favorite meal is? Couple of crickets.
It actually is. Yeah, that's 100% correct.
Accurate.
And ladies and gentlemen, he's correct.
Got him.
How is it that you have All these dice. Those are unspent?
Unspent.
Ugh.
I mean, look at your board.
What have I been doing? I've been spending like it's 1990.
$90 indeed.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I got you. So I'm going to need a snake.
Famous last words.
Yep. All right, everybody. I'm going to need a snake. It's like, what kind of trouble are you about to get in?
All right. Let's go ahead and action, knife, actually side action, meditate, knife, music note, vampire bat swarm.
Would you just do something with that beast mage already?
No, dude. He's sitting here to hold off that Majestic Titan. He's a defender, not an attacker.
He's a defender.
He's a lover, not a hater.
That's right. Just 100%.
100%.
You have no unit guard, right?
Only my Phoenixborn. Send in the owl.
I don't know. I might send in the old Titan.
Well, you got to get it over with.
So it says it cannot be blocked unless all attacking units without the unseen ability have been blocked. So I've got to attack as a group, and to attack as a group, I have to attack your Phoenixborn. There's no way to attack as a group on a unit.
The new law.
It's beautiful. It's very beautiful. You've got good things in your discard pile. I don't really want the crickets to die right now, to be honest with you. If I send the Majestic Titan at the Vampire Bat Swarm, you're in a bit of a weird spot, because then if... Wait, it can't be blocked with attack of every one of us. So if I send the Majestic Titan here, let's just assume that this happens. And then you're like, okay, I don't know if I'm going to counter or not. I would do 2 here, would not kill you. If you countered, you would do 4 here, would not kill me. And then Befuddling Blow would trigger. And then this unit would do 2 here to the Beastmaster, because I can force you to attack something else on your board. Then your Beastmaster's got 2 damage on it, so if I block and counter with any of these units, I take it off the board. That seems like a great move. It seems like a John Elway.
See, John Elway or John Madden, and you won't know till it's over.
Majestic Titan. Now, you could put the Phoenixborn
That
in
is
front
exactly
of this.
what I could do. And that puts you in a weird position. So we're getting a classic...
Game's good.
It is really good.
Game's good.
I feel like the changes they're making, too, make each little action... Like, even right now, the fact that you could technically attack with multiple units here and I couldn't do anything about it.
I would have been able
in
to
the
do that
previous
previously.
rules,
Yeah.
makes my options so much less varied. And yours, too.
Because what I could also do is I could swing with everything onto your Phoenixborn. But I've got 6 coming back at me. Even if you don't do anything, I get 8 through 15 to 21 life. That's not an exchange that's ever going to win me this game.
Correct. And I have all these dice. You never know what I'm going to do. Could get nasty.
Oh, and now we've got some options. Okay. And then I do want to get an owl back out, too, so don't sleep on the owl.
John R. says, they should be angling for a Red Bull sponsorship. Kaya says, I imagine every unit has wings, even if we can't see them.
Okay. And then if I just... Here's the other thing. This is the cool thing. You can just chip away, right? So, like, if I swing at that Beast Mage, it's like, well, if you counter, you're missing on a 4 damage. If you don't counter, you just take 2, and then everything can block you. If you get your Phoenixborn in there, it can do it once per turn. You take 2. I can still block with the Majestic Titan. I can still do the Vampire Bat idea. Let's do that. Cricket on a Beast Mage.
You've leveled up. You have leveled up, my friend.
Jim Van Fleet, see how this Majestic Titan spots the cutback lane and hits it. Boom. Stay in the pocket.
All right.
Don't lose your cool.
I won't counter.
All right, take 2.
Yep. Mine?
Yeah.
All right, let's side action. Drain
Oh my
vitality,
gosh. Why do
focused.
how is this spell?
Side
This
action,
smells so good.
basic. I like you're just losing your mind over it. And then I'll use my main action I can deal damage to a target unit if I do remove a wound from a target unit because I'm draining you. So I'll deal 1 to your cricket, and I'll remove 1 from my beast. He's got only 1 life, right?
That's right. I just wanted to show it.
You're good. I was just making sure that I wasn't going crazy.
All right, when this unit is destroyed, change a die in a target player's active pool to a side of your choice. So, I can change your goat to a basic.
The goat.
Or I could change one of mine. I like to mess with my own stuff, really. I'm gonna go up to snakes. All my life. Okay. Clever.
Nicholas says the fact that Zach says you shouldn't attack is proof that you should go all in.
Yeah, I completely agree with that.
Spin says, I thought Team Covenant was, in quotes, was about the digital covenant for Scottish independence. You guys rickrolled me, man.
I mean, I am somewhat Scottish somewhere. I don't know the full. Essence of my past. Nor do I know really much about the independence movement. But I'm glad you're here. I know some. It was big there for a while. Okay.
Cocaine powder.
Man, that really just, all of my options just got worse there. That's not good. You're not supposed to have another one of those.
And now I got 2 around.
Yeah, that's awful.
Cuckoo, cachoo.
You're vampiring me.
Yeah, I'm just
horrible.
draining your vitality. I like the smile, the knowing grin on your face.
Okay. Next up.
It's horrible. Oh, you know what? Let me move these. You can't quite see my dice remaining. That's better.
The combat's so much better.
Agreed.
I can't even handle it.
The game's got beats.
Game's got beats.
Why is Steven crying?
Why is Steven crying?
You got vampired on.
All right, we gotta get to big brain time here. Man.
Can I see one of your crickets?
Sure. Oh yeah, and when it's destroyed, we each get a discard. Do you have, what do you got discarded over there?
You and a target opponent each choose a card in the other's discard pile.
Yeah, choose it. Give
And
me
there's
that
two,
mind
you
maze,
give me
would
2
you?
crickets, right?
What? No, it's just when he dies.
Oh, there's still 1 left.
Yeah. That'll happen soon enough.
Ooh, that Essence Druid art is cool. And you can't play her this round, so have that.
Dark Transformation Conjured Alteration spell to your Phoenixborn. What does Dark Transformation do?
You don't want to know?
I would like to.
It's a signature card. After attaching this spell, you can select 1 die in my exhausted pool, re-roll it, and place it into my active pool. It gives them +1 battlefield, +1 spell board, and +1 health.
Oh. Well, I'm going to have to give you this dumb vampire, I guess.
And there's technically 3 of them, so he could get 3 of those.
I get it. So he's a vampire. I understand. Okay, so I've got a main action and a side action. Thank you. Main action and a side action. Main action and a side action. You're just on the wrong health values here.
Excellent.
Okay. Let's play a Summon Mindfog Owl. Second version of the spell. It's going to allow me to focus 1 to make it a little bit easier to cast. And then, let's see, 1 die here. 1, 2, 3, 4 die there, so that's not happening.
Why wouldn't you give me this back instead?
Yeah, you're going to have a unit destroyed, you know?
Yeah, but I have to remove that unit from the game. Oh, okay. You don't want me to play it.
I don't want you to play that, no.
I get it.
No, you can play the vampire, but... so there's my main action, and then side action. I would draw 2 cards. Maybe it'll matter. We'll play New Ideas as a side action, we'll spend a music note. Let me make sure I don't need that. Snake, no. Spend a music note, draw 2 cards. Okay, cool. That's it.
Mine?
Yep.
Vampire bats going at your Phoenixborn.
2, and then it does 1 to everything if you...
It's 1 to 2 different things instead if I want.
Yeah.
Give me that card back.
Okay. Block him with a Titan.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, okay. It can't be guarded. Okay. So Majestic Titan. We hit each other. I've got a counter because that's the way this works now.
Yep.
You're gonna do 2 to me.
But it's gonna be doubled.
Becomes 4. And this all happens simultaneously, right?
Yep. Then you do 2 back to me.
Mm-hmm.
But it only is 1.
And it turns into 1. And then Befuddling Blow deals damage to a unit. You may force it to deal damage equal to attack value to another unit. Let's do 2 to the Beast Mage.
You got him.
That's right.
This is all going as I have foreseen.
Yes, you've activated my trap card. What was that really goofy movie about? Like, it was kind of low budget, where there was the guy that was like couldn't be beat, and he was playing with like 1 card only, and it was like a nerd.
Oh, oh my goodness, I forget the name of it, but they made 4 or 5 of them.
That was funny.
Yeah, basically it's literally following a guy who wants to like go win the big event at Gen Con in the Magic scene, or it's not Magic, but it's close. And at one point, the local guy who like can't be beat plays the guy, and he has the guy cut his deck in half, like half the cards, and he says, "Which half?" The guy's like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Which half do you want me to beat you with?"
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
And then he played with half the deck. And at the start of the game, the guy that's supposed to be really good says, "Take a turn," and so he goes, and then he's like, "Take another, take another." And he lets him go like 5 or 6 turns in a row before he starts playing and just beats him. It's so funny.
That's right. I remember that now. Okay. Well, is it time to owl or not?
Woo, woo, woo.
You're about to play the Vamps. All right, let's summon an owl.
I don't know what you're talking about.
No. Let's attack your Beast Mage.
Block with Herald.
Oh yeah, hold on. Do that. Don't do that.
All right.
Don't do that.
Don't do it.
We're just gonna show the people at home.
Not my trap card.
Different things you can do here.
Yeah, all the options. Okay. You could attack my unit. You could attack my Phoenixborn. You could use a spell.
Let's play Seeds of Aggression.
Aggression. What's it do?
Actually, I think it gives you that Harvest Soul back, so that's not ideal. This Night Song Cricket is the opposite of what I want.
You summon too many crickets.
Oh, I don't want to give you a card from your discard pile back.
I wouldn't play it then.
I'll do it this other way then. Choose a target unit you control. It costs me a snake. And choose a target unit your opponent controls. They deal damage to each other equal to their attack value. I'm going to choose the Majestic Titan and the Beast Mage, and they're going to attack each other.
All right, so this is going to go away.
Yeah.
And then I will have a reaction called Harvest Soul.
Mm.
I can play the spell when a unit is destroyed as a result of a spell, attack, counter, ability, or a dice power. It should just say if it's destroyed.
It's destroyed.
Remove that unit from the game. This Beast Mage is permanently gone.
That's right. I hate that guy.
Draw a card and attach Dark Transformation, Conjured Alteration spell to my Phoenixborn. Now this has an inexhaustible ability that says cannot be affected by opponent's spells. This card.
Okay, so you're a forever
+1 spell
vampire.
board, +1 battlefield, and also +1 health.
+1 health, okay.
I've harvested that soul.
Side action, let's flip one up.
Yep.
To here.
Charma. Come, chameleon. All right, let's.
And you get a die back.
Oh.
Unless you just want to not do that, you know. What's that movie called? It's something goofy, kind of, right? It's like Matt would know. You gonna text him?
Let me just Google it and see if I can find it.
Robert, I remember when Netrunner was on Billions. It was so good. Alex B said you roll it in, whatever die you choose.
Yeah. I'll have to ask Matt. I'm gonna roll this.
Dorkness Rising. Thank you, Jonathan.
Is that what it's called?
Dorkness Rising. Yeah, I think that's right.
That doesn't sound right.
Not right?
I rolled that in.
That is a goofy movie, though, in the same vein.
I don't think I've seen Darkness. Let me text.
Hand me Harvest Soul, would you? Get some. Ah, check it out. Yeah, you can't do that. You can't do that. This is more balanced. It says, so you can only play this spell as a result of something you do. It says, spell, attack, you control, etc. Right? So.
I can't do that.
Beast Mage isn't removed from the game. That's something. You got to work for you got to vampire yourself. Kind of weird.
So like if I just attacked, it would have worked.
Yeah, I guess so. If you're the source, you gotta be in the driver's seat.
We'll get there. And this goes back. All right. So, is it my turn? My turn?
It is. Yeah.
I
played the spell and then I meditated up to a snake.
I'm gonna meditate up to a knife, and then we're gonna
make it a goat, right?
We're gonna play. Yeah,
it's just like to match.
Yeah, I like to match. Goat, knife, music for a master vampire.
Man, I love goat knife music. I grew up on that stuff.
That was my favorite style back in high school.
Okay. Is out of this unit's attack, place one status token on it. So you get to do that if you want. All right, well, I'll summon an owl by discarding a card.
Mm-hmm.
It does feel like wizard stuff, man.
Sure do. All right, mine?
Mm-hmm.
Let's...
I'm all out of dice.
Meditate for one. Great. To a goat. Then I'll attack your owl. But when I declare attackers, I'm going to play Adrenaline Rush, spend a knife. When I play the spell, when I would declare attackers, I deal 2 damage to a target unit I control and remove an exhaustion token from it. That unit may be declared as an attacker. I'll deal 2 here, but
no way.
Relentless means it's -1.
When it would receive damage, it always goes to 1. That's some hot garbage.
Then he's also going to attack, but he's going to attack your Phoenixborn.
This about when you would declare attackers. Okay.
Actually, they're both going to attack your...
Deal 2 damage to a target unit you control and
Phoenixborn.
remove 1 exhaustion token from that unit. The unit may be declared as an attacker. Okay.
I'll go one of your owls. I want to get rid of the owls.
So he's not being declared as an attacker?
He's attacking your Phoenixborn.
You one on the Phoenixborn, one on the thing? You can't do that.
I can too. All right, they're both attacking Phoenixborn.
Both on the Phoenixborn.
Mm-hmm.
So I take 5, or I do 4 in return. Kill this stupid bat. It's going away anyway. I'll do a little tit for bat, you know what I'm saying? Oh wait, when he does damage to a Phoenixborn, I take damage.
I can do 1-on-1. But the 1-on-1's nothing.
It's just a cricket. Read these stupid cards.
The movie's called Gamers.
That's it.
Gamers 2, I think, isn't it? A movie. I think it's like Hands of Fate. Thanks, Tom.
Okay, I'm gonna block the owl.
Okay.
And then you 3 in on the Phoenixborn. So
yeah.
It's got a counter.
So we'll 3, and then this hits that, and you hit back.
Yeah.
Okay. I believe.
You got a thing.
When that happens, I can Harvest Soul.
Yeah, probably. When a unit is destroyed as a result of a spell attack or dice power you control. Attack you control. You controlled that attack.
But I mean, I don't know. Is the attack actually doing it?
Spell, attack, counter, ability, or dice power you control. Yeah, it's the result of an attack. Or a counter. Yeah, it's the result of an attack.
I'm gonna assume that works.
Yeah.
Let's get this back.
So I take 3, and then that dies, and you get a harvest soul.
Oh,
Harvest
I can't do that.
soul. Why not?
It's a conjuration.
Ah!
It says when a unit would leave play. Whew!
Can't harvest a conjured. You got to be flesh and blood, you know. Owl on you for 2.
Here or here? You got it.
No, I forgot those flipped. That's actually very handy. All right, over to you.
Well, apparently a conjuration is a unit. So we'll do it. I'll
'Kay.
harvest soul.
Harvest
The
that
back goes
soul.
away permanently. I get this thing. I get to roll this back in. And now I have all the stats. Okay. So then my action, I'll meditate for 1. Turn this to a goat.
Oh, my.
Then I'm going to play a psychic vampire.
Oh, my gosh, out of nowhere.
He has lobotomize 1. When this unit is destroyed as a result of a spell, attack, counter, ability, or dice power an opponent controls, that opponent must discard a card of their choice from their hand.
That's fine.
And then 2 attack, 1 life.
Right on.
Your action.
None. Pass. Go to the next turn.
Hold on. Let's punch your owl. You can block, technically.
It's fine. I'll get him back. Bless you.
Kind of just want to clear the board.
Yeah, that happens.
All right, end of the round.
Yeah.
Let's roll them up. No goats.
No goats. No goats. Go fish.
Goat fish. That would be a crazy conjuration.
This deck is doing all the things that I don't want to do in a game.
Well, it'll be over soon.
Would you like to discard and draw a bunch and cycle some stuff? No, I would not.
I would not. All right, well.
That's a cool spell. And it goes back to you?
Mm-hmm. Back to black. Let's go.
Take care, Kaya.
Is this what's the status token? This?
Yeah.
Okay.
You got 3 options, and there's 2 that it definitely isn't.
It's an interesting game to try to basically force it through, right? It's a crazy balance.
Just start draining vitality already.
Mm-hmm. Cost me my action.
Got some mashed potatoes in my hand here.
Let's attack your Phoenixborn.
Okay. This thing is destroyed. I discard a card from my hand. And otherwise, when this, you get a status token, and then some stuff happens.
Mm-hmm.
We'll block this one, sure.
All
That
right.
seems fine.
2 to your
I guess. Is
Phoenixborn.
that right? This guy goes away. I lose a card, or I take 1 less damage. Yeah, that's fine. 2 to my Phoenixborn.
And then I'll punch your cricket.
All
Take
right. Units destroyed. Change a die. I'm going to change 1 up.
2. Technically, we hand each other a card.
Going up to a snake.
Is that right?
Yeah, from discard to...
Choose your worst. Anything that makes you hand your opponent the discard pile is on my short list of don't want to play.
do not want. Wow, Transmute Magic is not going to come back in this game. And, like, it's not even legal. Sure, you're gonna adrenaline rush back. A card's great.
I don't like new ideas.
Yeah, that's why our company's going down the tubes, buddy.
Bye, Felicia.
I hate new ideas. Somebody print this spreadsheet.
Huh. All right, you can have that one. I don't know what it does, so...
It's awful. I don't even...
This is what you gave me?
I don't want to play it. Yeah. You have all the good cards, and I have these garbage cards.
Throw them in the bin.
Yeah, get them out of here. Look at Cognitive Dissonance. This card is the kind of card I just can't stand. Okay,
my turn.
over to me?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I believe it's cricket time. Night Song Crickets, here we go.
Nicholas says, I found the scene you guys were talking about from Gamers. It's as bad as it sounded.
Yep. It's very bad. I think it's actually a very bad movie, if I'm not mistaken. I've never seen it.
It's, movies that are like so bad they're funny?
Yeah.
That's where it lands.
Yeah. 2 crickets in the pocket here.
Just cricketing around, eh?
Yep.
Mine?
Probably got a side action here. I don't quite know yet.
Jeffrey says, ha, I just built a Fiona Mill deck around that card. Well, you said one word that makes me immediately not as interested. It's called Mill. John says it's a very, very, very low budget film. The writing is often on point, though. Yeah, it's funny in its own way, especially if you have been around the like tournament scene to Gen Con moments. They actually use like big L5R tournaments as their like B-roll, and like Todd from AEG is in it. Like
That's hilarious. I didn't know that.
He's like in the background announcing tournaments and stuff, and he's floating around, and like they have this big. It's very funny.
All right, over to you. I'll leave it there. Just get the crickets in.
Parody would be the right way to describe it.
Wait, do you have that stupid Drain Vitality
Yep.
thing? So does that just happen immediately?
Well, I can spend one action to do one and remove one.
And heal one from the vamp? Let me see if there's a better way to do that. Yes. No on the crickets.
They gone.
Yes. On the Majestic.
It's my turn, right? I'm first player's turn.
Yeah. Majestic Titan. Use the stuff.
Yeah, he's the beef.
You gotta get some beef in here.
Yeah, those crickets are not what you want.
This.
Snake.
Heart. 2 basics. I like to keep my pools even.
That's right.
1, 2, 3, 4 dice. Majestic Titan.
Man, you said pools. It makes me want to go for a swim.
Yeah?
What's the weather like right now? I haven't been outside in a while.
I don't know. Been trapped in here
You know,
for 20 weeks.
I saw someone comment. They thought for like weeks that we were actually living at the store when we were streaming. We were like in isolation together, like we were like bunkered down at the store streaming.
We start etching into the wall.
That would actually, dude.
Day
we missed it,
800.
but on the whiteboard this whole time we could have done a tick for every day we're streaming. It would have been very clever.
It's true.
Opportunities missed. Well, the next time there's a pandemic and we're stuck in streaming, there you have it. We have our idea.
Done.
Okay. Well, now that you got the heat, I'll exhaust and spend a basic to mark you.
Mm-hmm.
I see what Harold does. Then as my action, I'll spend this, a knife and a note.
Boy, those bats, though.
They're just batting around. They're really good.
They're real good, aren't they? That Drain Vitality is just built for crickets. My gosh. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's
They don't have a
crazy.
lot of vitality to spend. I'm going to check something while we're here.
Okay, Mr. Titan.
Hey, Mr. Tight.
You're definitely going to block with that Phoenixborn.
Philip says Fiona's definitely a tricky Phoenixborn to play.
Yeah, I definitely get how kind of it's supposed to go.
What's going to be fun is we're going to get to pick our Phoenixborn.
Oh, I know, it's going to
in
be
a second,
great. We need
and
to
then
just get
our
get
favorite
into
cards. We just lose.
Cannot block or guard for the remainder of this turn. Okay, that's not what I need right now. Yeah, each other equal to the, okay. And then this thing happens.
Lou says, Herald seems really straightforward, but I'm having a tough time following along with Fiona during this battle.
Yeah, well, so Fiona's got a lot of cards I'm not playing, like Cognitive Dissonance. Your opponent draws a card, you play Cognitive Dissonance, they discard the top 3 off their deck, and then you remove 3 spells from their discard pile. It's like, it's not why I'm here. But it's what you're supposed to do.
Hey, Mr. DJ.
All right, let's get an owl in.
Metroplex again saying, fast forward button not working. What are you doing? You get an owl?
Oh, yeah, actually, so I'm going to meditate. And I'm going to snakes.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to meditate twice to do a double snake. No, I'm not. Just the one snake. And then I'm going to use my main action to summon an owl. I discard a card.
Bye, Felicia.
Here comes the owl.
Okay.
Over to you.
Let's do this. Drain Vitality. Heal 1 here. We'll deal 1 here, but it'll turn into 2.
2 coming at me.
That way my vampire bats can actually take down the beast.
Beware of this ability too. When a spell, ability, or dice power would target a Majestic Titan you control, you may discard this to cancel the effects of that spell.
Okay.
So I can do that right there and not take 2 damage, which is fascinating. Okay, so vitality drained. Consider it done. Look at that stupid bat.
He's batting around.
Okay, I think now it's cricket time. Let's go crickets. Place a Night Song Cricket on your battlefield. It's going to cost a music note and a basic symbol. I'm actually going to make it a music note and a music note because I think the snake dice are better for me. Additional cost, discard a card. It's going to be that one to place another one on the battlefield. Ding, ding.
Here they come.
Side action, I got nothing for you.
Let's go. Let's get ready to rumble. I will meditate for 1 into a knife. Then I'll action, exhaust, knife, get rid of 1 of your crickets.
Crickets, gone.
You can pick any card
I'm going
you
to
want.
change a die to a thing, and then this thing becomes annoying here.
What up, Munchop? So the step after this is going to be building decks, and assuming we have time, yeah, we'll definitely play it. It's really exciting when you actually turn the corner on building a deck because you're playing a bunch of cards you want to be playing.
Sure. Harvest Another Soul. It's
great.
They're all great. All these cards are good.
You can get a card. You can have that spell on
Anything
top.
I want.
The top one.
The top spell is yours, man.
The one you just discarded optionally. You can have that one back.
Yep.
Son of a...
Yep.
I do like that Herald, like I have a lot of dice going into the later stages of the turn.
Mindfog Owl. Coming at you. Battlefield of 6, say hey, and then I'll discard 1 off the top to switch this up to a snake as well. What's next? I need more dice. I'm running out of dice.
Yep. It's limited.
No dice. You get it? No dice.
I do get it. Let's play as an action another Drain Vitality. That's my action. Go ahead.
I'm not using it, eh? All right. Here's the big moment. The Fiona moment we've all been waiting for. Side action, Exhortation. All my dice. Choose 2 units you control. I'm going to choose these owls. For each unit, add the other unit's attack value to its attack value for the remainder of the turn.
They become 8s.
4, 4.
That's what I meant. 8 total.
All right, so then we'll push forward on your Phoenixborn with these 3.
And I have to block the cricket first.
If you block the cricket first, then you can block the owls. You only have 1 thing that can block. Smart Money says it's 8 damage.
Cecily.
Yeah.
Well, that seems all right for you.
Yeah. It's a good little thing. It's a good card.
Isn't it 10 damage?
It would be 10. I just assume you're blocking the cricket, but you can just take 10 too if you want.
I'll block the cricket.
It's pretty cool. Like, just the scene is just awesome, right?
Yeah, cricket and some owls.
Bats fighting. Okay, 2 to you. You take 1. I take a bunch.
Yep. I take 8.
Change a die to a side. Let's change this one down to a basic. And then you take 8. That's right. And then we both get a discarded card from our discard pile. Choose your favorite there if you would. And then, man, all your cards are so good. Sure, harvest. Keep harvesting.
Yeah,
buddy.
well, you gave me a bunch of them.
Keep harvesting.
So how about that? All right. Mine?
Yep. Yeah, even this owl does have that weird discard effect. Man, they got really into that.
Discard the owls.
I don't like it.
Sure. Let's play a Beast Mage. 2 music notes and a basic.
He's a weakling though, right?
He's
only
a 2/2.
You got 1 die left. Let's play this Summon Night Song Cricket. And then so you've got that do 2 to something to remove exhaustion, eh? Is it raining? Is that what that sound is?
Yeah, I think so.
How is it raining?
No pool for me.
It happened like immediately. Man, bummer. You know, I pass. I play my main action already. No side action needed.
Let's meditate to a knife. Beast Mage is going to attack your Phoenixborn, but I'll play Adrenaline Rush to unfocus my bats. And they're both coming in at your Phoenixborn.
Right on.
You've seen it, you know it, you love it.
Can it be blocked or defended against? That doesn't matter. Okay, so Majestic Titan coming in. Bat goes through.
All right. Well,
Do our things.
I'll strike with the bat first. We'll do 1 to each of them.
I guess that's okay. You got that Drain Vitality with you.
If I had the resources to do it. Then we'll go here. I focus to do 2. You focus.
Technically take
4.
4, so he's going to be dead. I focus D2 there, and then use the Befuddling. When it deals damage, it deals damage to something else. So I'll do 2.
This goes away anyway.
Yeah. 2/2, the Master Vampire does nothing. The Psychic Vampire does something. You can drain Vitality here. I'll do 2 there. Keep you within 2.
Okay. Well, when this goes away, I will Harvest Soul.
You got it. It's your soul.
Get another. +1, etc., etc., and then I'll roll this back in.
Whee!
It's a goat.
Right to the goat. And then I took damage on my Phoenixborn, right?
No, I did 1 and 1.
Oh, it's instead of?
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, it has to. Oh, May instead. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. I got you.
It's just optional, but it gets them both within 1.
Yeah. I have nothing. Yeah, I'm going to pass forever. Finish up as you like.
Let's go ahead and play another Psychic Vampire.
Hmm.
And then I assume you'll pass, and
Yep.
then he'll swing for 2.
Taken.
End of round. This goes away. These clear. Give me the goats. Oh, they gave me the goats. 3 goats.
Got a case of the goats.
You got any
Does
goats?
not sound good.
Got any more than goats?
I'm the first player.
That's all you, yeah. What?
Got it.
That's a card that's not going to happen again. What up, Taylor? Yeah, it's still game 1. We're doing deck building shortly.
Oh, I understand what she's up to. Okay. All right. I see. So then, well, it might be cricket time. You've got so much Drain Vitality over there. It's like, what? Say what?
I was like, huh?
Okay, so this attack, block, or guard.
Cover 1.
Right. Okay. Let's send both of these owls at your Phoenixborn.
Don't block.
What am I at? 10? Oh. I'm dead. Take 4, though, on the way out.
18. Mine?
Yeah.
All 3 swinging at your Phoenixborn.
There it is.
Coup de gone.
Boom. Bada bing.
So what we learned is that Mill's not either of our favorite things.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, they got really into that there for a while. Well, really, a lot.
I feel like that was back then, at least, always part of the like core.
Yeah. And it is, and I get it. I mean, you take damage once your deck runs out, so that's kind of cool.
That's better than just strict meal.
Strict meal.
Meal.
I had a strict meal the other day.
That's right. All right, so I'm gonna get some more water. You need anything? And then I'm gonna come back and look through all the Phoenixborn and decide which one I'm taking the distance.
No, that sounds great.
Going the distance.
I'm gonna basically start separating these Phoenixborn into their signature card packs.
Perfect.
Which is so nice.
So there's basically all the conjurations and their spells, all the cards that can go in any deck, and then even the cards in any deck. It's probably worth sorting by like the magic type they require.
Just handed me a
I'll be right back to help you.
Yeah, just have that paper to me by the end of the day, would you?
Can you get that on my desk?
You give me that report. Yeah, I know you're capable. We can give that report by the end of the day. I don't know if you guys knew, but this stream was brought to you by Nalgene Water Bottles. Made in the USA. I prefer the 48-ounce myself. It gives you a workout on the way to the drink. You know what I mean? Kind of like lifting weights while you're hydrating, which is it's the only wellness plan I need. I lift while I drink. Okay, so this is the cool thing. This is what I'm saying. Now that we've gotten through all these precons, this is actually what Fiona represents. 3 cards and a Phoenixborn. That's it. This is Fiona. Now you can take this any direction that you want, which is so exciting. The only thing that she brings is Mind Maze, which is basically like a Nightmare's like disable an opposing unit. So you could take that in any direction you wanted. You got to look at her signature card and then her ability, which is basically draw a card or remove an exhaustion from a spell. Fantastic, right? Great, fundies. Okay. Volantra, you used to work for Nalgene? Is that for real? What'd you think? How was the culture? What's your Glassdoor review? Give me the deets. Is it a company I should be supporting? All right, here comes Harold. Got the Hunter's Mark and the Dark Transformation. It's just too complex for old Stevie. Ooh, and Harvest Soul? Man, he's like... Oh, I guess they're together, yeah. Gross. Yeah. Okay. Harvest Soul leads to the Dark Transformation. And then he's got 1 Hunter's Mark. Okay, that's cool. That's thematic. I like that a lot. Man, Harold is good, though. Goodness gracious. Okay. So Harold. And Harold's whole thing is you can mark somebody with this Hunter's Mark, and it's going to take double damage. And then whenever something dies based on what you do, you can take its soul, and it transforms you, gives you +1 life, battlefield, and spellboard. And it makes it that you can't be targeted by spells and gets you another die. So this would be like, this is like a sacrificey, it'd work well with things that sacrifice your own units, discard your own units to gain effects. For instance, Jonathan, can you pull this up while I'm on the main shot? I'll keep an eye on it. Yeah, it looks good. See, it's under me, right? It's right here. Let me just set my... what if I just let it go and it didn't fall? That's the kind of stuff I think about a lot. Not wrong deck. So Harold, for instance, if we just had a card from Fiona's deck in there, like Seeds of Aggression, choose a target you control and a target an opponent controls. Those units deal damage to each other equal their attack value. Well, that seems pretty good with a Harold deck, right? Okay.
You're not done yet?
Yeah, I just got Fiona and Harold done there.
Just kidding.
I'll
start with this.
What's your system here? All the cards are like white, so I don't even know.
Yeah, so you can see like the different decks are they're just stacked on top of each other. So that's how the Keyforge decks work too. So as an example.
Yeah, can we just separate out the decks?
Yeah, that's what I'm working on.
Oh, look at me.
I need this is the back of that stack.
Okay. Remia.
And this is actually really good. If you bought in on the like 1.0, you bought all the expansions, and then you play with the decks as they are, this is the process you're going to go through.
That's right.
This
is the fun process.
It's just the necessary piece of the pie. So, I think a lot of people, especially, I don't think about it because I've just been in it so long. But like, this is part of the process that is like a huge burden for a lot of people because they've never done, like, how do I organize my cards? How do I build my first deck? I mean,
it's a burden no matter how many times you've done it.
Yeah, but like when you're used to what the burden looks like and how to solve it,
it's true.
You start, like even now, it's like I would be uncomfortable. I bet there are people uncomfortable when they get this stuff as well. That's like to start mixing all your cards up.
Yeah.
Like there's a terror in that.
And yet, here we are.
Yeah.
Wait, this is all backwards. Something has happened here.
Something is afoot.
I don't suppose it matters as long as we find the right signature cards.
We got it. There it is.
That's right. That's why it's actually much nicer. Huh, weird. I guess they were just in the wrong stack.
And this is just a bizarro stack. Oh, it's because I was a deck building with my old stuff. That's why.
Man, weird. Oh, is that what this is? Is that what I'm getting into here? Okay, so instead, I'm just going to find the signature cards because this is all tossed up.
Yeah.
Divine Magic, Dismount.
Yeah, everything that was in this box over here was just a toss-up.
So what I would do is I would just get all the cards you have, pull out all the Phoenixborn and the signature cards, and you can do whatever you want with the rest. It doesn't matter that they're together.
Everything that was in my collection before we started was already sorted. Because I was
like proving it.
I was doing actual deck building. I didn't have them laid out like this. So
I do wish it listed maybe on the back of the Phoenixborn what their signature card is called. That'd be nice.
Although there's oftentimes more than one.
Yeah, or signature cards. I mean, Harold just has the one that's tied to his side action, and then he's got the weird
Let's deal with this in a second.
Transform into a big crazy vampire. What was the like mature vampires that we were dealing with in the masquerade stuff? What were they called? They had like different names for like the ranks of vampires. That's a whole thing, man. That's a whole thing.
I know what you're talking about. I just don't remember at all.
Yeah.
Okay, so as an example, like here's this Victoria deck. And the thing I would do is like go grab all of Victoria's signature cards, and they have their little face printed on the bottom corner here. So I'm just going to go through her deck and grab all those.
3 Encores with Namine here. Search your discard pile for a card other than Encore. Place it on the top or bottom of your draw pile. Draw a card. How about some Recursion?
It's good. Always. Too good.
And then you can always, this is the Ashes trick too. You flip over. Black backs are going to go in a conjuration pile, and then the white backs will go in the main deck. And that's a nice thing to do.
So the next thing I'm grabbing is all the conjurations and spells. So like, there's the Shadowhound, which has a white back.
You mean to drop us into the...
There's the Summon Shadowhound card, but then there's the actual Shadowhound. So those will always go together. And so I'm doing this. So we'll have a conjuration pile. Because those don't belong to a Phoenixborn.
Rin bringing in, it's so cool. The only thing that Rin has is Rin's Fury. The old Super Saiyan card.
I remember that.
See, these weren't mill decks, man. These were
we got out just before the birds showed up.
Classic.
So you can imagine,
birds showed up
like,
and everything got weird.
After the distribution issues, and then we got to that, and it was just like, oh boy.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
So here's the next thing I'm doing, right? Is like just the standard cards in her deck I sorted by card, because it's going to be easiest when they're in the groupings by the deck before you just start smashing stuff together.
Smash.
But then it's just card type for me. So like reaction spell, ally, alteration spell.
Wow, you're going for it, man.
Ready spell.
Woo-wee.
Ready spell. Reaction spell. There's only, in this deck, there's only 4 different card types. Reaction spell. You may as well do it while you're here. This is the way.
I suppose. Bear. Apparently the bear's getting changed a lot too.
What bear?
The bear. Frostback bear.
The bear.
It was too good.
I'm putting the Phoenixborn here.
Some would say it was too good. Whether or not I agree is, a question of...
I don't know enough to agree or disagree.
Yeah, I was playing it a lot, so that definitely seems like it was probably too good.
I don't know.
Yeah, right. Or perhaps the exact opposite.
Maybe it's not good at all. All right. Let's sort by card here.
I'm going to just be kind of a ride or die here.
What do you mean?
I mean that you're not necessarily going to agree with anything that I'm doing in terms of organization.
Oh, God.
But then I'll come around and...
What are you doing?
Oh,
Let's ask the important questions. I don't know.
What is Guilt Link? Where did that come from? Man, Shatter Pulse, the art on Shatter Pulse is absolutely top notch. You guys see it? Is it on the screen? Yeah, there it goes. Look at that card. Whew. Suck it, lion. You may play this spell after unit you control is destroyed. Destroy target unit. My gosh. The amount of synergy in this card with like the Destroy Your Other Stuff cards, Harold would love that too.
I love Namine.
I like that River Skull that has the same guy in it as Crescendo. That Flute Mage, man, that's a cool idea. That's the opposite of a Death Bard. It's a happy bard, a life bard.
A life bard, a regular bard actually.
Yeah, regular bard. We call that a regular bard. Got the dinos. Don't forget, you can always run the dinos in any Phoenixborn you want.
That is the most important sentence you've said all day. No offense. You ever notice when someone says no offense, it's almost always offensive?
Yes. Well, there's no need for a disclaimer if it's not offensive, right?
That's what I'm saying. I love this light swordsman. I like ninjas more than I thought I did.
Yeah, maybe you're into ninjas. I mean, do you remember the Three Ninjas movie? The Three Ninjas, there was the younger rotund one, and then the middle one.
What was it
It
called?
was like Jonathan Taylor Thomas or something, and then the older one was, I just remember there was a scene where they left the gas in the oven on, and the bad guys showed up, and then the house exploded. And one of them could predict the future or something through his like little Game Boy Sega. It was like a little, what was that called? What is that called? Three ninjas? And they had a little alarm system in their room so that when people showed up, they could...
Jonathan says Three Ninjas is my childhood.
That's right.
They may have been surf ninjas.
Surf ninjas? Yeah, that seems right. It was a Game Gear. Thank you, Jordan. Ah, so that's right, John. Three Ninjas and Surf Ninjas are different, but you can understand it was a little bit easy to do that. Kurosaki saying, I just saw that last weekend. Tom, Rocky, and Colt, the Three Ninjas themselves. But Surf Ninjas was different.
Was there a Three Ninjas? What was the movie Hulk Hogan was in?
Oh, incalculable.
It wasn't Three Ninjas, was it?
I don't remember.
There was a movie like that Hulk Hogan was in, which you can imagine, given my interests.
Yeah, you were a Hulkmania guy.
Surf Ninjas was apparently different.
Yeah, definitely. There was just so many premier ninja-based movies at the time, it's easy to get confused.
I mean, I could see why that would be the case.
Yeah. And I think, didn't Surf Ninjas have 3 ninjas in it? 3 Surf Ninjas? I blame actually 3 ninjas on the lack of meaningful titling. Hulkster was in one of the sequels.
See?
Yeah, exactly. So, all of the cards in like the decks that I'm looking at now, I love. We're just agreeing to not play like mill stuff, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Agreed before the sentence was even finished.
Dude, I feel it. Yes, we're agreeing to have fun.
Okay.
And for us, that is not fun.
It is not fun, no. Know your cards. You don't have a deck. Gotcha.
Oh yeah, dude, look at these guys. All the ghost mounts.
Yeah, there's like really cool stuff floating around. Deck building just makes it just like go off the charts.
Summon Ancestor Spirit.
Okay, where is Xander's stuff? That's what I need next. Okay, vampires. Beast Mage is actually pretty cool too. Did you see this Beast Warrior ever? You didn't ever play it. After you declare 3 or more attackers, you may add 1 to this unit's attack value for the remainder of the turn. So it attacks for a 2. Transform, while you do not have the first player token, the attack value, life and recover value is increased by 1. So the Beast Warrior is like a little weenie version of the Beast Mage.
I drew that on my last turn.
And then you were like, why would I play a lesser version of what I've already got in play?
Why play something when I can just win? Some of this art is also just...
It's just stunning.
It really is.
It's very different. It's so funny. Just look at really the different difference in this and like Flesh and Blood, for instance.
Definitely.
It's like they're all card games, but it's totally different. I feel so different when I play them. But Mom, okay, ally, 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 action, action, reaction.
I'm excited to see however
ready.
you're doing your thing.
I'm just not doing it well at all.
Well, we'll eventually
3
get
Ninjas
there.
High Noon at Mega Mountain.
Yeah,
My
that's it.
gosh, are you serious?
I've seen it.
It's
Had
so
the Hulkster
funny.
in it.
So funny. Was that the one with the Game Gear Ninja? Or was that was that Surf Ninjas? I think that was Surf Ninjas. Actually, that's very hard to say.
Surf Ninjas? We should have a goodbye burning ceremony for these finches.
For the birds? Birds aren't going anywhere, are they?
I assume.
Nothing's leaving the game. They might have different effects.
Well, we'll have new versions of them,
Yeah.
which means I never have to see them again.
Yeah, that's right.
Just gonna put these on the bottom.
Have you found Xander's signature cards anywhere?
Not yet, but if I had to guess, it's in this pile.
Yeah, that's probably right. I think there was a bunch of Koji stuff. These cards are all backwards. Who was playing this thing?
Well, those got mixed around.
Okay. Man, all the cards are just absolutely stunning. Game Gear was Surf Ninjas. Great. He saw the guy jumping off the roof of the house. Yes, exactly. I was so into that idea as like an ability. I've always been into tier 2 stuff. You can clearly see. Okay, Koji.
The Astria cards are really pretty. They got into some real colors here.
And there's little mini themes too. So like you could take the like hatch seedling mini theme and roll it into your favorite Phoenixborn.
Yep. Even the like snakes. The snakes might actually be Mayone only.
I think they are.
I lied.
Yeah, it's the snakes. She's got those exclusives. Look at this Temple Elder. How is it that they continue to figure out how to put things over the templating?
They got the goods.
When this unit comes into play, place a status token on this unit. Place 1 status to the unit. Remove a status, draw a card. Ooh, he'd be great with the river folks. Bare necessities, Mother Nature's residues. Forget about your worries and your strife. I mean,
You have the Mobley kid?
bare necessities. Yes.
Odette.
Mother Nature's residues,
I like Odette.
of life. Whatever I won't do.
So if you
Whatever I roam.
had to, without really reviewing yet, which we will, do you know which Phoenixborn calls your name so far?
I'm interested in the one we were looking at the other day that had the. Can you show me the Phoenixborn?
What are they looking
Are they somewhere? Like, do you have them?
There's
yeah.
my stack of Phoenixborn.
I was into Remia Careworn. She's got Ghost Koi all the way around her, and then she's got these Ancestral
Oh,
armies.
yeah.
I love the Ancestral armies. It's like Scout. It's a 3/3. If it receives damage, remove an exhaustion from the unit at the end of the battle. And then cannot be targeted by spells or alterations. It's just like, yeah, I just want units that you can't mess with. What a great movie. Unbelievable.
Nailed it.
Dude,
Dude, I love all this Odette stuff. The lions.
Yeah,
Get
dude.
out of here.
Yeah, maybe you're going to be the
But, like-
divine lion guy. I'm usually the religious combat guy, but
Yeah, never too late to mix it up.
that's right.
Yeah, I like Namine. I also like Odette, just from the looks. I need to actually dive into what these... I think once you detach everything except the signature card,
Oh my gosh! It just you finally get to like
your
really
perspective
get
is
into
very
it.
different.
I was just thinking about even old Harry. I mean, there's just 1,000 crazy ways to play that. Degenerate.
Harold?
ways. Yeah. Old Harry. Have you seen Harold and Maude? Have I showed you that?
Harold what?
Harold and Maude, the movie.
Mm-mm.
I watched it actually for Eastern philosophy intro class. I know that's a really enticing sell of that movie.
Yeah, I'm right here with you. It's crazy. I'm gonna unsleeve these old decks of mine too. We're just breaking it all down.
Break it all down, man. Okay, crickets, allies, actions, reactions, and then ready spells. Maybe that's what you're doing. I can't believe it's raining.
Was that good or bad for me?
I don't know. Apparently they need it to be really dry to dig the well, which is hilarious.
I see.
It doesn't make any sense, right?
I
It's like,
didn't.
but
yeah.
you're looking for water.
I mean, I do get it to an extent.
To an extent. Okay, Koji. I need Koji's and Xander's signature cards. Maybe I missed them here. There it is. Lick wounds. Oh man. See, look, this is all Koji's doing. Remove 2 wounds and a 1 exhaustion token from a unit or Phoenixborn.
That's it. What's his signature card?
That's it.
Oh, what's his ability?
Accelerate growth. Place a status token on a card. Side action.
So status tokens and then healing.
Status tokens, healing, and unexhausting units.
Seems good.
Well, that's fundies. Turns out they're all fundies. Are these all done already?
Those are all done,
summons?
yeah.
Okay. You worked your little summons in there, too. That's very clever.
My summons?
Yes, Injura, that's exactly right. And Oxyridor, yes, you're correct. I was separating the conjurations, but I'll go back in and do it quickly. Right? It's easier to sort small amounts of information than large ones.
But I mean, this is the kind of thing that, like, I just feel like there's a lot of ways to frustrate yourself.
You just got to do it. Get in there and do it. Don't ask too many questions, you know? Man, don't you love these salamander monks, though? Seriously?
They're so cool.
Salamander monk.
Well, at worst,
Monk
your
Squall stallion.
your summons should be in roughly the order of your.
They will be. Or rather, they are. They are indeed. So where do we get these? Oh, they're action spells. That's why they're different. Archosaurus Mount. Okay, I get you. I understand you. Shining Hydra with the Hydra heads.
Yeah, the silver snakes are Mayoni's exclusive thing. She does.
Archosaurus Mounts.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Saria, who's basically the dinner party queen. She like
right.
She invites you to her dinner party and then she murders you.
She's kind of an Arkham.
I was gonna say, yeah, that's exactly it. And Jessa, people love Jessa.
Yeah, just a classic. Classic.
The good old witch doctor.
Alex B saying, what about Mayoni's Silver Snakes combined with Drain Vitality and Conjurations from Koji's deck? Use those to pump up the Silver Snake. Maybe too slow? I don't know. That's the beauty of it, isn't it? Beauty of deck building.
We're about to find out.
Gets it. There's Rin with the ice buffs and Rin's Fury. Man, he's got 5 ice buffs. That's the cool thing, too. You imagine so many units that get so good in Rin. I just buff them.
When they're getting flexed on?
Yeah, I just buff the units. Like units that damage themselves to do things.
Mm-hmm.
Oof. Oh, how I have missed this process.
Right.
I haven't been good enough at Flesh and Blood to do it either.
Well, there's one way to get there.
Yeah, you just got to grind. Grind. Sell cloth to Ironforge. Ironforge, right? That's what it was? Ironforge? I can't believe I've forgotten. I think it is Ironforge.
What are we talking about?
World of Warcraft.
Oh, you're beyond me now.
Yeah. Mindfog Owl.
That was in that last thing you were doing, right?
I don't think I've sorted that one yet. Vampire Bat Swarms. That's all Harry had. And then here's the biters. We've got biters. We've got creepers, Indiglow creepers.
Ben Sweeney says, which one of you two is making mill? Hint, none of the
None
above.
of us. None of us. Okay, so how do you get these luminous seedlings into play?
So like I had the peacock that has a thing that goes with it.
Yep.
So there's, it's with the tree stuff.
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, okay, place one biter on the battlefield, done. I think, the creepers probably turn into the this unit is destroyed, place a luminous seedling, that's right, and then that evolves into brilliant thorns. Cool. It's cool. Panther Spirit is probably in this deck. Oh, it's Koji. Nope. I thought it was Koji. It's something like when something dies or attacks, you put a panther in with it.
The Blue Panther?
Oh, it's probably the panther guy. No, it's different. That's a jaguar. Okay. Duh.
Okie dokie.
Duh. When this unit comes into play, plays a raptor. Yeah. Raptor. I saw the panther stuff. It's Koji Ally. Okay. So it should be in here. Hydra Heads. Sacred Ground. Law of Domination. Summon. No.
Beastmaster summons them.
So when this unit destroys, kill, yeah. Okay, so we haven't found that yet. It's somewhere. Don't know how that one got away.
These old mist spirits. You can have 10 of them.
Yes, you can.
Hot diggity
These
dog.
things are sweet. I mean, no wonder I still remember that song 1,000 years later. Ah, here it is. Yeah. Hunt Master. Are these done?
Those are done.
What's not done?
These decks right here.
You're just unsleeving them?
Unsleeving and then sorting into the piles.
And are you stacking previously sorted decks just in a stack?
Are those with their conjurations?
Yeah, except for these guys. I need to do these guys. I've still got work to do, I suppose.
Then we're going to sit back and do some reading.
Sit back and read. Okay, now I'm going to stack. 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 Still looking for Xander's signature.
What's he look like?
Xander Heart's Blood.
It might be one of these creatures.
You guys know what Xander's signature is? Signature card is? Earthquake. Oh, if it's Earthquake, I've seen it. It's, let's see, not freezing, not that. I think I must have been in here. Yeah, that's right. Ding, ding, ding.
Nailed it.
Great job, Philip.
If you want, while I'm still doing this process, you can cruise through some Phoenixborn and figure out what you're doing, or who you're gonna play.
God, you didn't say who you're doing there.
Yeah, I caught myself.
Wise.
Heads up, ball play.
Unfortunate phrasing. Okay, so we've got these. Then we get to look at them like essentially like a selection, you know, like a select your character.
Precisely.
The mean is draw a card. You may place an exhaustion on this card and one on a target Phoenixborn. It's not very fun. Encore, search your deck for anything you want. Search your discard pile for anything you want. Ooh, Recursion. Herald. I'm not going to play Herald. I'm just going to be honest with you. I don't like the creepy stuff.
You like good magic.
Kind of, yeah. Yeah, I like off-brand magic. Vampire's a little on the nose for me. Just like, I get it.
There's a lot of like gaming jokes I could make to response to that.
Yeah.
Off-brand magic. It's like, oh, you playing Yu-Gi-Oh?
Ha! It's funny. Okay. And then these are all the Phoenixborn, right?
Yeah, minus, no, Mayonnaise in there. It's just Lulu here.
I'm going to sweep the table here. Lay them out.
And
see, I'm a deck build on a computer kind of person. I've got to be able to sort cards and look things up.
How did we do it back in the day?
Well, our card pool was pretty small. That helped. That helped a lot.
You just made it happen.
Yeah. Now I love Aerodel with these Jaguars. And that Water Blast, come on.
Yeah. How did you sort your other cards? Did you?
The ones in the deck?
Mm-hmm.
I did summons, and then allies, and then actions, and then reactions, and then ready spell, and like spellboard spells. I wasn't 100%, I'm going to be honest with you. It was close, though. Seaside Raven.
I appreciate the honesty.
Seaside Raven with his battle advantage. I remember these Ravens being bonkersly good. But Soraya's got that stupid mill ability. But it's almost worth bringing her just for these Seaside Ravens. Can't be targeted by a spell, 3 damage, battle advantage. Like, what? Forget your spell. Mayoni. Great. Man, Sword of Virtue. Odette is bonkers. Destroy a unit? Or remove all wound tokens and exhaustions from a unit? That's just battlefield beauty.
Yeah, she's good. Was that her ability or her card?
That's her card. There were a lot of Phoenixborn, man. Man, Leo Sunshadow, talk about something that just does not appeal at all.
Ducati says, gentlemen, I just want to say I received my receipt for Rise of Red Skull and almost pulled a Kool-Aid man straight through the office wall.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah, it's going to be great. We're so ready for Rise of Red Skull.
All our hopes and dreams.
All our hopes and dreams. Baked right into that thing like a tray of brownies.
That was nice.
Wait,
Hammer Knight. I forgot about
two
Hammer
Brennans.
Knight. Yep.
And 2 Wrens.
Well, I had those, and then we got more from Plaid Hat, and, well, now we have extra.
Is this it? So these are all the heroes.
Those are them. You also technically have, these were promos. Lulu. And Demona.
Are you keeping this in a sleeve because you want to keep it safe?
Keep it secret. It's got the, like, customized
and you got a
business
signature on the back. Look at that. Fernandez Suarez on the bottom there.
She was here.
I forget that you're a collector. Phoenix Barrage. Deal 4 to a target unit. Deal 2 to a target. Oh, this is. Are you playing Lulu, right?
I have no idea.
This is just burn. It's got like a awesome like Native American imagery on it.
Yeah.
Wow, that is so good.
She was like, Mayoni out of the core set was my favorite, and then that was a promo at some point.
It's
and
fire
it was just
and
like,
burn. Come
all right,
on.
fire, burn, et cetera, et cetera. Let's go.
It's not even a question. And then Demona, yeah, who's incredibly hard to find. Oh, also signed on the back. Bruv, you better get a sleeve on that. You don't want a permanent marker to...
I want a clear sleeve. Like, those card backs are too good to cover up.
Yeah.
I had a clear one. Oh, wait, it's under here. See a clear sleeve back there? No.
I mean, there's a lot on some other stuff. We could
Here you
unsleeve
go.
something. Here you go.
Nope, that's not got a sleeve.
Philip says those are getting retired,
There you go.
though, and getting their own decks, right?
Yeah.
Probably.
But while we're here,
Yeah, I'll probably just not use them.
yeah.
In fact, that's probably why you had him out. Just like, all right, you're out of here.
Yeah.
And then we're also dropping Jericho because that's out, and then the other one that's going away
Who's the other ones going away?
or being totally reworked.
Isn't it this thing?
No, maybe.
One permanently removes the conjuration.
Yeah, that's not it. What was it? Who is that?
Is
Not
it
here.
Astria?
No, they're not here. I'll know at the moment I see it. We didn't play it today. We didn't even unbox it. Symbali.
Now, there might be cards in there that are fine.
Now, Symbali looks awesome, first of all. And second, when a unit you control leaves play, discard a card, place an exhaustion on this card to choose a target conjuration. The opponent must remove it from the game. Yeah. So that's just, yeah.
Yeah.
That one was banned before it was printed. And the never published Tristan will also receive a deck. That's right. And don't forget, after the upgrade pack, you've got the Time Magic hidden. You've got some of the reprinted Phoenixborn like we're talking about here. And then after that, it's all new. It's a new show.
It's a whole new game.
Let's see what new Phoenixborn we can get into.
I'm almost done, by the way.
Yeah, hurry up. We're just a real drag. Okay, so everybody out there on the chat, give me this. If you were building a deck right now to start Ashes Reborn, what would be your first Phoenixborn to play? I'm curious if there's any kind of like any kind of a not a timetable. I'll read your comment here in a second, Josh. Any kind of a consensus on like favorite Phoenixborn? Josh G, do we have a timetable on when we can see what's in the upgrade pack? We don't, Josh. We're waiting really like everybody else. We're not really on the inside of any development or design or anything like that. So when Plaid Hat sends us stuff, we'll show you. We'll preview it here on the stream. Sanjuro says Lulu. Aaron says Koji. Wizard that climbs the library says Harold. Now that says a lot about you, Wizard, climbing said library. What does that mean? What could we infer something from the fact that somebody wants to play a vampire?
I need to find some summon Gilder action. Also, there's this
There's no Gilders in here.
Sleeping Widow.
Is that a spider?
Yeah, but I don't have the thing to summon with it. Let's see if I can find it.
Sometimes there's those weird action spells that do it too.
Is there a weird way to get the Sleeping Widow in?
Koji, Auric, Cole. Yeah, Cole's cool. And apparently the wolves are changing a lot, like being usable. Is he the wolf guy? No, that's Noah. 100 Blades is great. I remember loving Cole when I was playing too. Rin for Lob in there. Odd Radish saying Odette, tank everything to death. Aerodel, Nameen, Rhyme, or Rin, all from Philip there. Odette for Elliot. Josh says, I like Harold, but my son stomped me with the forest guy. There's a reaction summon for the Sleeping Widow. It's an action spell, a reaction spell.
Okay.
Sanjuro, no Discord yet. We're actually, we're launching that internally in the next week, 2 weeks, I think. Bryce on vacation right now. He's leading that project, and then a couple of weeks from then, once we get everything under control and kind of tested, then we'll launch it Universal. Jessa for Jim Van Fleet there. Odette for Damon. Van on the Lions. That is, who is that? Odette had the Lions, right? Yeah, I think it was Odette.
Yeah, she does. She originally had the Lions, but they're not exclusive to her.
Aaron Clark with the questions that matter here. Is there a general rule on dice breakdown? Should I be afraid to add a third color, or is it pretty normal?
So used to, it was a problem because the old illusion dice, you could spend an illusion on the wolf and remove one of your opponent's dice. But that being gone changes the math on that significantly to a way I think that we'll see a lot more splashing. I used to try to do it anyway. Like I do 4, 3, and 3 kind of a situation. And you would have some situations where your opponent just removes, the thing. Yeah, the thing, the 1 or 2 that you really need. So that's a problem. But now it's changed where it only downgrades those dice one side. You choose 2 of them when you spend that dice. So it's a way worse exchange in the best kind of way possible, honestly. Where does this go? The bear. So that is, I think, going to be really normal. Like I think you could run 6, 2, and 2, or 6, 3, 1, or 5, 3, 2. Yeah, you might even get some people doing 3, 3, 1 because some of those abilities, like a single ceremonial die to get an ally back is not awful. Just because you might have any number of allies you might actually want to get back, and that's pretty useful. Same thing with like a nature die. Like a random damage is good most of the time. I think charm and I forget the name of it. Sympathy dice, probably a little less so in terms of like just splashing, because like just -1 is usually not going to be a game breaker. But ultimately, I think splashing is going to be a much more popular thing. And like the time magic, it's like being able to put 2 status tokens. Like having 2 of those might be all you need, just to kind of speed or slow down some people. Do you know the Panther Spirit? How does that come out?
Yeah, that's there's a summon. There's a thing, the Beastmaster, that brings it in whenever it attacks. I did it in my stack.
Yeah.
Stacks on stacks.
Beastmaster.
All right, I'm going to start thinking about things. On the bottom of that, place the remaining letter at the top of that drawer in any order.
The Huntmaster. Got it.
Yeah. So Ramia's ability is interesting. Ramia Careworn. Phoenixborn of Shadow Wreck. 20 health, 4 battlefield. I like that. Nice and tidy. Spellboard of 5. Look at the top 3 of a draw pile. You can spend a basic to place one of those cards on the bottom of that draw pile. Place the remaining on top in the order of your choice. So that would be nice with Sympathy, where you basically get to look at the top 3, spend a basic to draw one of your choosing. But that's a lot of dice to do. That's 2 dice. And then we have the Ancestral Army. 3 basics, 3 life, 3 attack. If it receives damage in battle, remove 1 exhaustion token from it at the end of that battle. So if it attacks and is countered against, takes damage, it gets unexhausted. Man, is that good. Or if it blocks, it counters, receives damage, unexhausted, I reckon. Boy, that's good. And it's just immune to nonsense. I like that a lot. I like that very much.
Salamander monks, dude.
Yeah, they look great, don't they?
Every time. Those water horses are great, too.
They look great.
I'm nearing completion. This will be great.
So Orc Gilstream is obviously going to be getting a new ability. Select up to 4 dice in your exhausted pool, different types, re-roll them and place them in your active pool. And the Gobi Sun Shield, look at that card.
Let me see.
Shields are underrated in terms of how cool they are. I know. That's one of the weirder things to say. But
if you're in the Marvel Universe,
it's a giant canvas. Pretty highly. It's a giant canvas, really, is it not?
Old cap.
Alex B., you're on the game here. Combine Ancestral Army with Crystal Shield to give it unit guard. Is it immune to all spells or just your opponents? Cannot be targeted by a spell or have alteration spells attached to it. It's inviolable. Cannot be violated. So that was a good idea. Isn't going to work. Like all great ideas, it's gone. So many of these Phoenixborn you can do anything you want with. It's wide open. This is very intimidating if you're just coming into this game.
You say that not as someone currently experiencing the intimidation factor.
I am saying it as that kind of person. I'm just saying if you're new to Ashes and you look at all these cards and trying to do something with them, this is gonna be very intimidating.
It really is.
We're here for you. We'll walk you through it.
This is the process that I think a lot of people. So, do you have anyone you have a handful you're leaning towards?
I'm just gonna do Ramia and just start building this one. Let's put them up here so everybody can see how beautiful.
So here's what I'm thinking. I'll pick someone, and then I just basically want to go look at the signature cards, and I want to go through the cards.
All of them?
We're just going to go through, and it's like, does this card seem good to either of us?
Right.
And we'll have a short stack of cards that we pull out of that.
Right.
And that's what we'll actually make deck building decisions from.
Okay.
And we'll obviously have the help of chat, hopefully, because that would be helpful. Very, very helpful.
Help is helpful.
So people I really liked, I remember liking Namine, so I'm going to look at her ability real quick. I want to see Odette. I'm going to avoid Maoni just because I started there, and I'm going to want to play her a lot when it comes back around.
Yeah, I'll probably do Aradel as well at some point.
Koji, just because of the song we've been singing, has to be looked at. Those are probably...
Oh, Orc is getting retired. Okay, so Orc's out of here.
Gone. Anyone else? Anyone else?
I like Soraya just for the Ravens. The Ravens are outstanding.
She's so good, too. I love the dinner party theme, honestly.
Well, she's got that stupid mill ability, though. Draw a card, discard a card from the top of their deck, etc., etc.
I mean, it's still just draw a card, right?
Yeah, for a heart.
So it's like getting the die power of a different die?
Yeah, more or less.
Yeah. I wouldn't even necessarily play her as mill. It's just like...
Yeah, just the Ravens. You've seen the Ravens, right?
Okay, so here's the three. I'm going to... Let's put these away. Do you have your one? You're definitely doing Ramia?
I'll get Soraya in here, too.
All right.
Because I like that idea.
So I'll probably end up having two, and then as we go, I'll start picking cards that I think could work for either. Like, I'll make stacks on stacks.
Stacks on stacks on stacks.
All right. So there's our pile of Phoenix. These are the retirees?
That's right. They're all gone. Right. Get them out of here. Don't eat them. Where'd you get those fancy cards, those Gilders?
The Gilders? Oh, dude, I didn't even know these existed. And then I saw them, and I bought them.
Yeah, that's usually how science works.
Look at these. They're full bleed promos. I'm just hoping they don't change.
Where did they come from?
eBay.
You bought them?
Yeah. Someone's selling them. They were not
they were free?
expensive. They were a couple bucks.
Those are beautiful.
Look at that.
I love that.
I hope this card doesn't change, so I can actually use this full bleed. But if not, Gilder's like one of my favorite units in the game. The idea of them painting gold, like gilding.
It's cool, yeah. It's like that Tony Hawk game where you had to paint the things by grinding on them.
Spray paint them?
Jacob Wathan here just popped in to say hi.
What up,
Hi,
Jacob?
I loved your streams on the Middle Earth and Star Wars CCGs from the 90s. It was really interesting to see where card games have come from. Isn't that right? And really, you know, it's not a linear improvement.
What direction would you say it is?
Graph. It's up and down. It's waves.
Curves, left, right.
Some things are getting better. Some things have gotten worse.
Don't forget about the z-axis.
The z-axis is actually the most relevant.
Okay,
and
so
temporally. And
this is what's crazy. When I actually realized that if this Phoenixborn is 4 cards.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So we have
right here.
Namine Hemtide. She needs to be playing Sympathy dice because her main ability requires it. You draw a card, place an exhaustion token on this card, and exhaust token on a target Phoenixborn. So she can basically blank your opponent's Phoenixborn. That seems unfun. Encore, search your discard pile for a card other than Encore, put it on top or bottom of your draw pile, then draw a card. So she can just get whatever she wants, and she blanks the other Phoenixborn. So that's fine. Odette.
What that is excellent.
Yeah, it's really good.
I hate that it's good.
It's also worth noting Namine has a battlefield of 6 and a spell board of 4. That's pretty good. 17 health's pretty okay. That's normal.
Do you feel like you have to fill the spell board if you've got it?
I don't think so.
It's wasting a stat.
Yeah. But I mean, like, the odds of you using 4 spells around. Now that said, when we start looking through all the spells, I'm excited because it's like the spells that are just like side action exhaust or main action exhaust, they buy you extra side actions.
Yeah.
And so if you have the spell board, you can like in our last game, Herald, I would have 5 dice left when you were done. And then I get to kind of have a little bit of free moments at the end.
A little free.
All right, Odette Diamond Crest, Retribution. After this Phoenixborn receives damage while guarding, place 2 wound tokens on a target attacking. So if she blocks, she does 2?
Yeah, good question too. Someone asking, you think that'll get changed given that you can't block indefinitely now? Good. Maybe she has an ability you can block twice a turn rather than once.
Maybe. I mean,
even just once is fine.
Even as it sits, is pretty reasonable to me.
Yeah, it's pretty reasonable.
Then she has Sword of Virtue, action, 2 resources, destroy a target unit or remove all wound tokens and exhaustion tokens from a target unit. That's also really good.
Nuts.
Generically good.
Yeah, so good.
That's what's so cool. Literally, I mean, like, it's just generically good. And she doesn't actually even require any resource type.
Didn't have to tell me twice.
Then we got Koji. I loved Jungle Book as a kid, so you can imagine. Battlefield of 10, that scares me. I don't want to make use of 10 battlefield slots. You know what I mean?
I don't either, man.
That's a lot.
That's too much.
Accelerate growth,
Can't even get it
side
on the
action,
camera.
exhaust, place a status token on a target card. So he would obviously be good with cards that need status tokens. Then lick wounds, side action or action, plus 2 basics. Remove 2 wounds and exhaustion from a target unit or Phoenixborn. So that's interestingly, like when I compare him straight up to Odette, it's like they both have a 2-cost action. This could be a side action, the lick wounds. Sword of Virtue to me is way better.
Yeah, it's good.
You remove all wounds and exhaustion tokens from a unit, or you can just the option to destroy. So like that's a way more powerful card. So then if you look at their stats, he has 1
Lick
less.
wounds can also remove 2 from a Phoenixborn, worth noting. So healing a
That's
Phoenixborn is really relevant.
And it can also be a side action, which is relevant. But
It's just a little more versatile, less strong.
He's got 5 extra battlefield slots,
Yeah.
one less spell board slot, and then instead of doing 2 free damage, he gets to place a status token. So like
And 1 less life.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, it's totally just small tweaks, small variables, totally different.
Yeah.
But you got to look at Koji and say, okay, well, what are the status token stuff? So obviously you got the plant stuff, but like, what else
is in there? Yeah.
What else is in
So
there?
I think the 2 I'm going to actually look at, even though it pains me, is Odette and Koji.
Yeah. Let's keep it civil.
Yeah, because like I love the way Namine looks. I think it's just beautiful art. But I also want Steven to be able to do whatever his Phoenixborn does. So we'll leave her on the sidelines for now and hope that ability gets changed going into 1.5.
That's right. You can do 10 Mist Spirits with Koji, all of them, all 10. Just
he can actually get them on the table,
Isn't that
which
cool?
is crazy.
Yeah, she was like, well.
So
that
basically,
look like?
it's kind of cool because like I'm gonna really be paying attention to status token cards, whereas with her and him, really, units that if I unexhaust them and they get to go twice in a turn is like super good. Because like this ability is generically good enough, but
It's
they both have a
good.
card to basically go against. So who are you dealing with here?
We're dealing with Ramia. So the just side action for visions. What I like about it, if you just imagine, side action, look at the top 3 cards of a target draw pile. And then you can place them on the top of the deck in any order. It says you may spend 1 basic and place 1 exhaustion on this card to place one of those cards on the bottom of that draw pile. Place the remaining looked at cards on the top of that draw pile in the order of your choice. So as far as I understand it, those sentences are kind of 2 separate clauses. I'll need to actually know if this works this way, but you can either say, look at the top 3 cards of a target draw pile, place the remaining looked at cards on the top of that draw pile in the order of your choice, or
you can pay 1
say,
to put 1 on the bottom.
Pay 1, put 1 on the bottom, and only if you do that do you get to put the rest of them in order. So tell me how you would read that. And then we got Ancestral Army, just an action you get into play. 3 basic symbols, so no real dice type requirements here. If it receives damage, remove an exhaustion token from it during a battle.
Just a fundies good unit.
So good, and then it's immune to spells and alterations.
So I would definitely read it as you look at 3, and then your choice is pay 1 to put 1 on bottom, or not. And then you put those back on top in any order.
Yeah, because I think once you look at cards off the top of the deck, you would have to have an instruction for what to do with them afterwards, regardless of if you paid.
I think that's exactly how it works.
Okay, well, let's do that.
Okay, so basically, is your plan with that to filter your deck or their deck?
My deck. Yeah, 100%. Now, at some point, there will be like, at the advanced stage of a deck like this, you're going to be able to look at their deck and be like, oh, I don't want them to have that card or whatnot. But for just like deck building purposes, it's just going to be a more consistent Phoenixborn. You're going to be able to draw the cards you need better.
Yeah.
So I'll just stick with that as an idea. And also pairing that with like Sympathy would be nice because you can look at the top 3, rearrange them, and then draw what you need.
One.
So it's going to be a little bit nicer.
That makes sense.
And then these are very similar. So Sarah Guideman doing, you may draw a card. If you do, choose a target player, discard a card at the top of the draw pile. That does commit you to the hearts. So there is a world where you run Soraya with a 20 health, just good units, and don't even worry about what this ability. Don't even care, right? Don't even draw, don't even care. Yeah, it's just, I'm here for the Ravens. The Seaside Raven, 3 attack, 2 life, battle advantage, so it's going to basically be fast, so it's going to do its damage before whatever else is in the battle. And then it also cannot be affected by opponent's spells.
That's really good.
So that's so good. I mean, you block with it, do 3 before the opponent gets to block. It's insane.
It's a little interesting to me.
Choosing the stuff, the actual beef.
That you and I picked 2 Phoenixborn, and they both have a remove all exhaustion tokens.
Yeah, it's the event speed garbage.
You picked 2 Phoenixborn, and they have fundamentally good units and fundamentally good draw abilities.
That's right.
And mine was not intended. I just was looking at characters, not even thinking about abilities, and it was like, these guys look cool to me.
That means they did a good job then.
Was that how you felt?
No.
Or yours was off of the ability?
I was literally here for the Ancestor Army and the Seaside Raven.
There you go. Okay.
And I like the look of all the Phoenixborn, so, at a certain point, bring it on.
All right, you ready to look at some conjurations?
Yeah.
I feel like that's the place to start.
It also worth noting Soraya can trigger a lot of those things that are a draw, like when you draw a card, do X, like the horsies. So that seems to me like a good way to go with that deck.
A good combination.
Yeah.
All right, first thing we have, I'll put it down here so you can actually see it, is the Summon Salamander Monk. Well, you know it, you love it. Action, exhaust, music note. Place the Salamander Monk onto your battlefield, so that's not surprising. Then the Salamander Monk is a 1/1 with 0 recover, and then when it's destroyed, you get a Salamander Monk Spirit. Not too complex. Salamander Monk Spirit can't block or be chosen as the target of an attack.
So it's like a little free attack.
It's a little 1/1 thing.
So this tells me this is something I would run if I had a lot of battlefield slots.
That's
basically it. Like
Koji.
Yeah.
So I'll put it in my Koji stack.
Okay, Koji stack.
Summon Squall Stallion. This is going to appeal to you. Music note and a basic. Draw a card. Place a Squall Stallion conjuration onto your battlefield.
Very nice.
Card draw off of that?
Did you know that horses were apparently made by Poseidon? Yeah, that's why the water horse is such a common thing, because god of water,
Yep. Then the actual Squall Stallion. Is that true? How did you learn that?
Yeah, that's true. It was like a bet. Yeah, like a bet with. I was really into Greek mythology for a while. Made a bet and then made a horse to be like a fast thing. I can't remember how it worked exactly.
To mess with the ground people?
Yeah, but that's why horses and water have often been together in the mythology of the West.
Interesting.
Like you can lead a horse to water.
Or maybe the horse came from the water. You know what I mean? So the Squall Stallion is a conjuration, of course. Opportunities 2. When you draw 1 or more cards during a player's turn, add 2 of this unit's attack value for the remainder of that turn. Wow, 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 wow.
Yeah, so obviously Seaside Raven, Squall Stallion, we've already got a theme happening here.
Yeah, so I assume this is going to go over in your stack somewhere.
The water
so it's not that, once you understand what's going on here, it's not exactly
Space creatures.
That crazy.
Water creatures.
Next we get Summon Ceratosaurus Mount.
Who's running the dinos? This is somebody,
right? We'll see. Yeah, action, basic. This is an angel symbol and a nature symbol, so that would be a very specific lane. Remove an unexhausted ally you control from play. If you do, play Ceratosaurus Mount conjuration onto your battlefield. And then you put the ally under. So this Ceratosaurus Mount, for reference, 3 attack, 3 life, overkill 1. When this unit destroys the unit opponent controls, deal 1 damage to that opponent's Phoenixborn. Also unsummon. You can spend an action to discard this, so then you get the ally back in your hand. After this unit leaves play, choose a face-down ally that was under this unit and dismount that ally.
Yeah, that's probably going to change in the new one, because
it
was a little bit awkward.
I'm going to put that in my Koji stack.
Yeah, sure.
Because if I have a bunch of low-cost allies, I can actually use the mounts very effectively without having to really spend much. Next, we get the Summoned Vampire Bats form that we just saw, which is Ceremonial and Sympathy. And they are do 2 damage to a Phoenixborn or 1 to 2 different units. They also reduce the damage they're taking by 1.
And then it goes away. So those would be good in something that like sacrifices units to do stuff, you know, because they're like a temporary unit, which I don't have any of that going on right now, at least not yet.
Yeah, I'm with you. Summon Biter.
The Biter. So this whole sequence is the thing. Well, actually, the Biter is separate from that, actually.
Yeah. Summon the Biter is exhaust, action, leaf, basic. Place a Biter conjuration onto your battlefield. Nothing fancy. The Biter is a 3/2/0 unit guard. That's really good in these days. This unit may guard a unit that is being attacked. Rooted, this unit cannot attack. So he's a defender only.
Yep, 3/2 defender. So that's just a universally good pile. That just needs to go somewhere.
I'm gonna go here, which is our like everyone is into this. Summon Indiglo Creeper.
So this is the thing. So this is basically you summon the creeper. This is all about status tokens. So if you got status token stuff, which I think you do, right, Koji? So that this is coming in the Koji deck.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put it in. We saw it in a previous game, but basically you have this Indiglo Creeper that when it's destroyed, you can place a Luminous Seedling into play. If Luminous Seedling is in play and has 2 status tokens, you can use the Blossom action and destroy this unit. If you do, place 2 Brilliant Thorn conjurations on your battlefield.
Now what you could also do with the Seedling is just keep putting status tokens on it. Pump its life to 20 and just block with it forever.
Yeah, which is hilarious.
Yeah, it's great. It's like, I can't get through this Seedling.
Then the Brilliant Thorn is when it's destroyed, you can place a status token on a target unit. Destroy this unit at the end of the round. So that's actually kind of interesting because, like, can you mount a conjuration?
No.
Okay.
Allies only.
I was going to say, like, if I could turn that thing into
a Brilliant Thorn riding a dinosaur is hilarious, as much as you might want to do
Don't you love it? All right. Summon Night Song Cricket. Cost an action to put it in play. If you didn't meditate this turn, after this card is discarded from your hand, you can spend a resource to put it on your spell board. Probably neither of us are doing that.
It's just a generally interesting unit, good unit. Zeal's Numir. Hey, notice that my Crucible subscription hasn't shipped yet. Is there enough product to fulfill? Yeah, we got enough product. It's out the door, probably either today or tomorrow morning.
Are you a local? That would be the one exception to this rule. If you're local, you'll get a notice on Friday, and it'll be available for in-store, like curbside pickup on Saturday.
Yeah, we got no issue with allocation. We would have emailed you a while back if that were the case.
I don't think the Night Song Cricket's really.
It's not bringing anything for me. I don't even like the give your back from the discard pile kind of thing. Maybe in like an Amine or something where you got the whole discard pile filtering thing going on.
Well, I think in a Ceremonial deck, it really doesn't matter. It actually helps you get around needing Ceremonial. Summon Majestic Titan. How do you feel about this guy?
It's great. I mean, it's great. When it deals damage, it's a lot of control. I mean, it's really good. You just got to, and you can run it either in, you have to do snakes, and then you can either pair it with Charm or Sympathy Magic to get it on the battlefield. And then you can also, if it's focused, your Majestic Titans are a lot easier to protect, and then you can always discard Majestic Titan spell to get it onto the
That seems generically good.
But actually, that's really good with Namine, because she has the Encore ability, right? So like if you discard it to protect the Titan, you can get it back in and play another one. Yeah.
I'm just going to put it over here in this. I might end up doing that. How do you feel about the Summon Mindfog Owl?
Oh, the owls are great, man. Yeah, the owls are great. Particularly good, I think, in a swarm strategy.
Yeah, it's going right in the Koji deck. You saw that one coming.
Yeah.
Summon Butterfly Monk. This is the OG.
Now, you know what else is interesting, actually?
What's that?
Those owls would be really good with its Ancestral Army. So think about this, right?
Let's back it up. Mindfog Owl.
So in a world where you've got owls attacking with the Ancestral Army, you've got to block the Ancestral Army to block the owls. But if you block the Ancestral Army and it doesn't die, it removes its exhaustion at the end of that exchange. So then the army just stays there, still ready to go.
Do you want it in your pile?
Yeah, we'll keep it put it in the middle pile there. Or we can put like 1 and 1.
Let's just put it here. Okay. I'll remember it's there. And if you end up not using it, or if I end up using it,
I
we'll
won't
see where we go.
forget.
So summon a Butterfly Monk. We're getting froggy. Place a Butterfly Monk is very simple. Butterfly Monk, unit guard. Unit guard's valuable. I think having some unit guard in your deck is probably a good thing. 1 attack, X life. We'll get to that in a second. Recover 1. Last Blessing 1. It's inexhaustible. When this unit is destroyed, remove a wound token from a target unit or Phoenixborn.
Universally good.
X is the number of summon Butterfly Monk spells on your spell board. So you can technically have up to 3 health on these things. And then
That's interesting, and unit guard is nice. And then you throw it in front to guard something, and then it drops and it heals for 1.
Just generically good.
That is generically good.
So I'm going to put it in the generically good pile.
I like that a lot.
And I think the generically good pile is going to come down to like what magic types are running. So we'll get there in a minute. It's just a process. I mean, this is, if you're going to get into a card game and you've never been into one and this is the game you choose, this is a huge part of like the game outside the game and enjoying what's going on here, which is like going through all these cards and having a handful of Phoenixborn you want to build and just starting to figure out what goes where.
Yeah.
And then from there, starting to, like you'll see, we'll come around a corner at some point and have actually built decks. All right, here we go.
Here's the bear. This one's changing a lot.
Summon
apparently.
Frostback Bear. Looks like a leaf and a basic.
Deal damage to exhaust something. And then when
Frostback
it
Bear.
attacks a unit or a Phoenixborn, it does 1 additional. It's a 2/3.
It double exhaust something.
Generally just good unit. Nothing
Alright.
fancy there.
Put him over here.
Just good.
'Cause
Good
he
unit
good.
control.
What about the Ice Golem?
Ooh, that ice column, as I remember, is really good.
Summon Ice Golem. 2 leaves and a basic. Put an Ice Golem into play. Focus twice. You can remove a wound token from Ice Golem you control when you use it, which is really strong.
That's really nice.
Ice Golem has 2 life, 3 attack. Skinmorph 2. Add 2 to this unit's life value if it has 1 or more alteration spells attached to it. So
Yeah.
anyone that's like attaching a bunch of stuff to their units, this is particularly good.
Yeah, that'd be super good. Like Rin, of course.
I don't think that's. I mean, that's fine.
Yeah, it's nothing
but I don't
fancy
think
for
we're
me, no.
either of us are doing it. There's some more Frostback Bears. We got 2 sets of them.
Rawr.
I love this art. Summon Steadfast Guardian.
Oof.
After 1 or more exhaustion tokens are placed on a unit you control by the effect of a spell or ability, so if someone exhausts a unit that you control, you can spend an angel and a heart and place an exhaustion token on this spell to place a Steadfast Guardian conjuration onto the battlefield.
That's interesting. Yeah, well, that's interesting.
So, oh, you can do it. So after you exhaust a unit,
Effects of a spell or ability. So it's got to be a spell or ability.
but that's
So something gets exhausted, Steadfast Guardian comes into play. When it comes into play, spend a basic, remove all exhaustion tokens from a unit, and place them onto this unit instead. So it soaks up. So if you had big units that need to swing through, that would be helpful. I feel like Seaside Raven and Ancestral Army are both immune to magic anyway, so it's probably not that big of a deal for me.
I like the unexhaust strategy.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to put it in my like over here maybe pile. I would have to find a lot of abilities that do this for it
You
to.
need some, like, it's good for like big swing, like Mayoni kind of stuff, where you don't need your snakes getting exhausted. So
Yeah.
you got to protect them.
And the other thing is like, I remember whoever this was paired with, the Phoenixborn itself had the ability to do this.
Mm-hmm.
So it might not work quite well unless you just have that on tap somehow. I like this. I might end up with a Odette, Queen of the Dead Knights army. Summon Ancestor Spirit, action basic, or action exhaust. Doesn't even cost anything to use. It does cost to put into play though. Discard a card from your hand or move a die from your active pool to your exhausted pool. If you do, draw a card or place an Ancestor Spirit conjuration onto your battlefield. Now drawing a card could be good. Ancestor Spirit, side action, distract, exhaust, place an exhaustion token on a target unit. Ephemeral, after this unit becomes exhausted, remove it from the game.
Wow, just an exhaustion. Just get a free exhaustion on some stuff. So that's generally just good all across the board.
Put it in the general pile.
Forever.
All right, let's see if you go with the mount theme. Ghostly
mounts.
mount. So this is the cool thing about Ghostly Mount. Action or side action. And then you have to exhaust and spend a mask and a music note. So it would be a very specific kind of deck. But you remove an unexhausted ally you control from the play. If you do, you can place a Pale Steed, Spectral Charger, Conjuration onto your battlefield and place that ally face down under this unit.
All right, what do they get up to?
So, Pale Steed mount, unit guard, unsummon, you can always discard it. And after this unit leaves play, the thing unruns, but it's a 2 attack, 4 life.
2/4 with unit guard's good.
Yep, and then the Spectral mount is battle advantage, so it strikes first. It also, you can unsummon it, of course. It's a 3 attack that strikes first. And then...
The Nightmares, if it's focus 2, what's the big dad?
Yeah, so it's focus 2, you can do a Nightmare mount, which is Terrifying 2. Can't be blocked or guarded by units with attack value 2 or less.
Okay.
And it's a 4 attack.
So that's your heavy hitter there. So that might work well in Ramia, actually. Maybe came from Ramia's deck, because you can look at the top 3 so that you can stack up your Summon Ghost Mouse to get to focus 2 quicker. And then you also can throw the Ancestral Army, like, on it and then do that. I'm into that. Let's go.
I think that definitely goes to you.
Obvious.
You go in here. All
John, yeah, you can attach multiple upgrades to one unit, yeah.
All right, next we get Summon Dreadwraith. Action 3 Ceremonial. Place a Dreadwraith conjuration on the battlefield. If it's focused twice, you can remove an exhaustion from a Dreadwraith. There's only 2 Dreadwraiths. 1 attack, 6 life. Rage 1, add 1 to this unit's attack value for each wound.
I remember these guys.
Yep.
These things are so annoying.
This is really good with my ability to unfocus. Just in general.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put that in the ODET pile for now.
It's way good, actually.
Because obviously that just starts to get crazy. All right. Next, we get Summon Mirror Spirit. I think you like this a lot.
I always like anything that has mirrors involved.
So it costs a music and a basic. Place a Mirror Spirit conjuration onto your battlefield. Remove all status tokens from a Mirror Spirit you control. If you remove at least 1, place an exhaustion token on a target unit. Let's look at the Mirror Spirit. Reflect Sorrow. Oh, that's sad. When this unit comes into play, place 1 status token on this unit for each exhaustion token on a unit.
You got to put that in the Koji stack, right?
Yeah.
If you have like 6 exhausted little units and it comes in with 6, and then you can remove them to exhaust stuff.
Well, interestingly, it removes all of them.
Yeah, that's true. But you get to use them to pump your attack. So you come in as a 6/2 if you got 6 things.
Oh,
yeah. Which is really nice. That's your heavy hitter, right?
We get the Fallen. Remember these guys, the Swarm? Summon Fallen. Action and a basic. Discard an ally from your hand or remove an ally in your discard pile from the game. If you do, place a Fallen conjuration onto your battlefield. You can repeat this effect 1 additional time. When a Fallen conjuration you control receives damage, you can place an exhaustion token here. If you do, prevent all that damage.
So just zombies.
Yep.
Damage cannot be prevented. That's interesting. So you could. I've got the Ancestor Army, so I'm going to have at least some allies in there, and then you could remove it from the game once it goes away and throw some Fallen in. I'm kind of curious about it.
Put it there.
Yeah.
Next we get the Summon Shadowhound.
These things are weird.
3 illusion. If you're focus 1, you can deal damage to a unit. If you're focus 2, you can deal damage to a unit. So 2 damage.
2 damage if it's focused up, yeah.
Then the Shadowhound, which is the craziest art in the game. Illusion, if it receives damage, it goes away. 3 attack, 5 life. Off to the races.
It's really good. Whatever that, I think it comes with the Phoenixborn, or maybe there's a card somewhere that turns illusions into real things.
Yeah.
That's when that gets good.
That sounds like a nightmare. Summon Shadow Spirit. It's a wolf. Place a Shadow Spirit conjuration onto your battlefield. Simple enough. 2 attack, X life, 0 recover. Illusion, if it gets hits, it goes away. And its health is equal to the number of Shadow Spirit spells on your board.
Generic unit.
Yeah, it's fine.
Not hitting any particular buttons here.
Summon Nightshade Swallow. How about that? Action 2 hearts. Place a Nightshade Swallow conjuration on your battlefield. Nightshade Swallow has, when this unit deals 1 or more damage to a unit, it is attacking or countering to destroy the unit that received the damage.
That'd be really good for like unblockable strategies, exhausting your opponent's unit strategies, giving it battle advantage strategies. It'd be like a poison effect, which would be sick.
I mean, it has the poison effect, right? So like, if it does a damage, it gets rid of something.
Yeah, but if it has battle advantage, it also doesn't die.
That would be the biggest thing.
So if you could attach that stuff to
I think this is generically good.
Generically good, yes.
Everyone wants some of that.
Unit removal, if you will.
Summon Orchid Dove. I'm going to look at the Orchid Dove real quick. Your opponents cannot take an attack, a Phoenixborn main action, or attack a unit main action during the turn. An opponent may spend 1. If they do, no units. All units are no longer considered to have the Peaceful Melody ability for the remainder of that turn. So they just got to pay 1 to attack.
And then it's got a weird like melee thing. I don't want to see these birds.
Milli Vanilli.
Get them out of here.
Summon 3-Eyed Owl.
It's
out of here.
Yeah.
It's owled right here.
Just get it out of here, man. As just a point.
Summon Mist Spirit. I do like the Mist Spirits.
Yeah, it's got to go to Koji, right?
I think so. Place a Mist Spirit. You can spend an extra to do 2. Yeah, I really want
that's the case where you could run 1 illusion die in your entire pool and just summon Mist Spirits for the rest of your life, because you just need the basics to pump them out.
Yeah, you just side action to turn it and go. But that's what's allowed now in the game, which is way more interesting.
Actually, yeah.
Summon Rhino. This is the Iron Rhino we always talk about not being good enough, because it costs you 6 basic to put into play.
That early unboxing,
I do remember
this is
now.
not good.
And it's the Iron Rhino's a 5 attack with 4 life.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
It's too expensive.
Especially the Blue Jaguar out in the field.
Old Jags. We're going to get to some of those units in a second. Summon False Demon. Illusion on a basic. I like these spells that are just simple. False Demon, unit guard. If it receives a damage result of an attack, destroy it.
So it's a 1/4, and it's a one-time unit guard, basically. And it only costs 2 dice? That's generally good, yeah. I think unit guard is going to be a pile we're going to look at some point.
I agree with you here. Blood Puppets.
Ugh.
At the end of each round, place a wound on your Phoenixborn. This is where you can summon it onto your opponent's side of the battlefield. So this goes in the, like, I'm trying to fill up your side of the board strategy. What was the other thing I was doing that with?
I don't know. There was some synergy there, yeah.
I forget what that was called. I wanted to see if I could find. Oh, the Weeping Spirit. Technically, you could have a. I'm going to put them together because they deserve to be together. I'm not doing this. I'm going to let you do what you actually want to do.
Yeah, and it is possible. It is possible if you're bringing in like the Ancestral Army and the Seaside Raven, either one of these Phoenixborn could technically try to run a strategy that's just like my units are way better than yours. So I fill up your battlefield with bad units and I fill up mine with good units.
They're there if you want them.
So they're there, yeah. No, I'm
just
okay.
Remember, summon Gilder. It's going to be hard for me not to do this. You can place a Gilder on your battlefield. You deal a damage to a target unit.
Just another unit guard right there.
We actually have 2 copies of this.
Sure.
So I'm going to definitely put this in my stack.
It's in the Forever Good pile, man.
I'll put it in the Forever Good pile and in the Zach Likes This card pile. Because they're the Gilders. Summon Dreadwraith. 3 Ceremonial. We saw that. Okay, so there's 2 copies of this thing.
Yeah.
Did we put him in the generically good pile?
Probably.
No, I put him in my pile because he's good.
He is good, yeah.
He'll be there if you want him.
He's there.
Summon Ice Golem. We already saw the Ice Golem, right?
Yep.
Then we get the Summon Winged Lioness.
Oof.
Odette's liking it. Place a Winged Lioness conjuration on your battlefield. This can't be guarded against.
Works really well with pump spells, right?
Yeah, pump and then also multi-attack turns, which is what I think Odette's going to ultimately end up trying to do. So I like this. If you're interested in it, we can fight over it.
I mean, it's good. We'll see where it goes.
The Emperor Lion. When this unit deals damage to a Phoenixborn by attacking, you can deal 1 additional damage to that Phoenixborn. He's a 3 attack. And the recover value of all your other units is increased by 1. Interesting. That could end up weirdly being a Koji thing. Like you have a bunch of units out. But
that is interesting. Yeah.
I'm just going to put him in the interest. These are generically good.
Here's some interesting
everyone
cards.
likes these.
Yeah.
You like them, I like them. Then we get the Lightbringer. I love this art. The Peacock. The bird infatuation continues. Infatuate, when it comes into play, you can spend a basic to attach an infatuated conjured alteration spell to the target. Infatuated reads, when an opponent is attacking with a unit with the infatuate ability, this unit may only block a unit with the infatuate ability.
That's right.
You can infatuate one of my units, then you attack, and I have to block here.
I'm infatuated. I love you.
I love you so much.
I love you so much. Is that the end of the summons?
That's it.
That's beautiful. See, that's good. So we should take a second. We should take a second, think about this, look at the summons, and you probably want, you got to look at the ready spells too at some point, and kind of see how you want your spell board to go. But that's not overwhelming. That's fine.
It's really not
that's a fine amount of things.
That much.
Yeah.
You start realizing very quickly, like, there are just units that are generically good, and then there are ones that are specifically good.
And things to look for are unit guard, battle advantage, and then really any effect that you're trying to build on with your deck, which makes a lot of sense. Throwing things onto your opponent's side of the board makes some sense. I think if your quality of units is higher, you've got the swarmy stuff, so anything that triggers off a lot of units or having a lot of units
and
with
the status
Koji
tokens
makes a lot of sense.
But I think that's where, like, if you can pick a Phoenixborn or 2 and you go through the stack, you can start asking the question, like, does any of this, like,
is it obvious?
Actually work together?
Yeah.
And the thing, this is where it's also cool, right? The first 5 roll where you get to pick your hand is really important. Because, like, I'm looking at Odette, right? And I know I have this Summon Dreadwraith. So the Dreadwraith is the 1 attack, and then it gets extra attack for all the damage on it. So the 2 things I'm thinking on this is, first off, if I go this route, I have to play the Ceremonial die to use the Summon Dreadwraith.
At least 1, yeah. Or 3.
3.
Yeah, so that's probably your main magic.
That's a commitment, right? But things I'm looking at are, okay, now I ultimately want ways to do damage to myself. Like, do 2 to me, do 2 to one of your units, right? As a side action. That would be fantastic.
Good Dreadwraith stuff.
And then also, that's where, like, I'm thinking about that lion that gives me +2 recovery. It's like the Dreadwraiths normally have a 0 recovery. So I get them to 4 or 5 damage, and, like, that they're just, like,
then they recover
an AoE away from
they
death.
stay good, yeah, 100%.
But when you think about your first 5, right, I have a spell board of 4 with Odette. So, like, luckily the Summon Dreadwraith is just a single action, so that's good. But like you're going to literally build out your 3 or 4 spell board turn 1 if you want it every time.
Or you could run no spell books at all.
Yep.
Nothing. You could do that. You could do all instants. Yeah, it's 100%. Zach, I think we should let this sit there and come back in next time with Ashes and finish the process. That's a lot of cards to get through.
Yep.
And I feel like I kind of got to the edge of my appreciation of what I could consume
it's a lot
right now as a sponge.
Yeah.
But look at this. This is all of the just good things that we all want to run. These are the specialty things that we didn't really feel like were necessary. And then these are the things that we really think are relevant to us. Like the Squall Stallion and Seaside Raven, that's hilariously good to me.
Well, and like what you've done too, right, is like she requires a heart and that requires a sympathy.
Mm-hmm.
So like,
there you go.
You could probably run a 3rd color if you wanted it.
Yeah.
Right, depending on what your cards are. But like you're already here. This is going to be like only a 1/3 of the cards matter to you.
Yep.
Like.
Yeah, you can go do it right. Like that, right?
Like if that's what you're doing, you just cut out the rest of the cards, and it's like, all right, let's go. Yeah, so you just kind of walk through the process.
All right, so we'll come back in next time with Ashes, and we will look at all of the other things. Now, a lot of your actual like branching out into themes comes from a ton of these cards that we haven't gotten to yet.
Yeah.
Which is what I'm very excited about, and that's when the piles are going to get really impressive. So, what do you guys think? You ready to build your Ashes decks? We can't wait to get that Ashes Reborn, get the upgrade pack, and start to see cards from that, because like deck building obviously is going to change a lot. But I think going through the process and kind of just working through it with Ashes, which is something I didn't really spend a whole lot of time on whenever I was playing Ashes, because the card pool was pretty small at the time.
Sure.
So actually seeing all of the cards and actually engaging in Ashes deck building, doing it okay, failing at it, trying it again, getting better, tweaking the decks, and then seeing the upgrade pack and being like, all right, now I kind of know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I think is actually quite handy. So Ashes Reborn, hey, if you're not a part of it, why don't you come on in? You subscribe here in the North American continent. It might be eventually going international, depending on how Plaid Hat handles that and how strong the subscription is here. You can find that on our website, teamcovenant.com. We're doing the first ever of a new thing that we've pioneered called the Player-Driven Production Model, PDP. I almost said it like you did. And the whole idea is, hey, this is a game that wasn't able to sustain itself in the traditional structure of the way that games are printed and manufactured and sent to retail. The majority of that is covered in our podcast. If you want to hear our thoughts about that, about like why non-collectible card games can struggle in that space. And we just said, hey, Plaid Hat. And they were like, hey, Covenant. And we were like, hey, you want to try to redo Ashes? We need about 1,000 people to make it even feasible for us. And we were like, we think that could work. So we've currently got over 1,500 subscribers. That's very good as long as that number stays where it is in terms of subscriptions. Upgrade pack will hit. Everyone will get all the new cards. And then from that point on, it'll be new expansions and nothing but Ashes every 3 months. And it's about $30 every 3 months. I think that's a very reasonable budgetary thing for me. It's $10 a month to play Ashes for the rest of the time. I think that's a pretty good deal.
Coming fresh off of Destiny, and even now playing Flesh and Blood, it's like you realize just how affordable non-collectible card games are.
Yeah.
There's a reason we were so drawn to it early on.
And then Plaid Hat working with us, talking about organized play. Looking at doing 4 big events a year, kind of scattered throughout the states and then maybe beyond. And so it's cool. It's like, one release every 3 months, 1 big event every 3 months, and it just is a nice slow burn. I think it's going to go really well.
I mean, you can imagine like a release, 6 weeks later you have a big event.
Yeah.
6 weeks later you get another release. 6 weeks later another big event. It's
I can imagine.
Bam, bam, bam.
It's exactly what I want.
Story writes itself really. Hey, thanks for being with us. I saw people in chat saying that this deck build, even the piece of the deck building we did here was super helpful. Glad to see that. Next time we stream Ashes, we'll be diving even further. I think once you see these decks come around the corner, you'll start seeing the depth of the game, and then you'll also just hopefully have some kind of context to make it through your own deck building process. It's going to get really exciting because Plaid Hat's going to start revealing more and more. They posted the new rules today on some of that stuff, and then the cards are going to start coming.
I'm ready.
And then the expansion, the 1.5 upgrade kit's going to happen. So stay with us, and it'll be a good time. We appreciate you being here. We appreciate everyone on chat being awesome.
Last comment here, Ian McManus, it's already international. I subscribed from Ireland, and that is worth noting. You can absolutely do that. There's actually a couple of people in various hubs across the world that are pooling together a bunch of people, getting one subscription with a bunch of quantity so that you can split up the shipping costs and not have to worry about each individual package being shipped, but a giant package going over and then distributing that to all the players that pitched in to make that happen. So that's also an option. Hey, thanks for watching. Zach said it best. We'll see you tomorrow, hopefully, with, what are we doing tomorrow? Star Wars?
Star Wars Miniatures from Wizards of the Coast.
You gotta love that. You would love that no matter how much you care about the game. It'll be easy to follow along with the fact that there are things on the board moving around, shooting at each other. It's super fun.
I'll tell you this, from reading the rules to get ready for it, it's going to be a fun, hilarious throwback of a time, especially when we start getting into line of sight and whatnot. So we'll see you there. Until then, stay safe.
Take care.